take a life? Do you want to cross that line? Because it's a long way back from hell.
Now, what I've got here is a scrotum and nothing else.
I learned a long time ago that there's no sense getting all riled up every time a bunch of idiots give you a hard time. In the end, the universe tends to unfold as it should. Plus, I have a really large penis. That keeps me happy.
My mind is a raging torrent, flooded with rivulets of thought, cascading into a waterfall of creative alternatives.
God darn it, Mr. Lamar. You use your tongue prettier than a $20 whore.
Here's to the Army and Navy and the battles they have won. Here's to America's colors, the colors that never run.
May the wings of liberty never lose a feather.
You get to the fun part?
Yeah. It's going to be more, of course, a lot of blood, violence, guns involved as well. And it's very gritty. And it's a different feel compared to what the other MCU stuff that we've seen.
Oop, Freudian slip.
What's up, everybody? It's Saturday. It's the big Comic-Con Hall H Marvel extravaganza that, according to, well, a lot of people, but according to Alan Ng, famous denier of Nolan, and Chris Gore, a lot of people couldn't get into Hall H. And we'll get into that. They just made a video on it. You could go back and take a look. But first, hello, everybody. It hasn't started yet, and what I hear is it's going to be late. So we'll find out. But I'm going to follow a few threads, including one of an account that I'm blocked by. Discussing film. I don't know why. But yeah, we're going to go over the announcements. We're going to find out if maybe we find out today if Sadie Sink is actually playing Jean Grey. We'll find out. I think there's rumors out there that Ryan Gosling's playing Ghost Rider. Johnny Blaze. If that is true, I'm for it. I'm completely for it. Unfortunately, it will be in a movie probably directed by Nia DaCosta, but we'll find out. But let's see who's here first. Yeah, and we're doing it on the main channel today. This is usually a Nerdrotic live thing, but we're doing it on the main channel because what the heck? What's up, Lady Aaron D and your wrench and brother Kruror the ninth, Eric K the mod, Master Chief, Randomry, Mr. Miltos, Scotty Doo, Coopster, Larry, Joker loves jazz. Glad there was an A in there. John Hill, Nick, Green Lion, Space Movie. Was that 1992 Space Movie? I'm pretty sure it was. Captain JP, Lady Wendelin. Hello. Ukale, Elder. I'm just going to say Elder. Jimmy the Kaz. Welcome to the show, everybody. Me and my shadows. Oh, man, you're reminding me of Joker 2 now, which I completely forgot until we did our compilation today. Not Kevin Feige. You're totally not Kevin Feige. The mustache, great disguise, by the way. Luckfield, what's up? Spider Grinch DB. James, is it Jamie? It's Jamie. I almost said James, but it's Jamie. Hello, James. DDD Jr. Welcome to the show, everybody. So yeah, we're gonna just chit chat for a little while till it starts. I'll keep an eye on the threads on X, Twitter. If you guys find something out before me, feel free to share it in the chat. This is very impromptu because what the hell? Let's do it. Been a fun day on Twitter, I see, for some people. I see Angry Joe's doing just fine today, and that's great. I think that's great. But I have no expectations. This could be nothing. They could just be talking about Doomsday and show a clip that nobody else is going to see. So I don't know if they're announcing any lineup or not. Yeah, that was funny, Dave. Okay. So we all know it wasn't Richard Roper. Richard Roper is not spending time on X. But Richard Roper today decided to post something from the Critical Drinker Reddit that Will has no control over, didn't start. He doesn't have a same here. I'm not on Reddit either. And it was somebody saying, hey, the Odyssey is going to crash and burn in its second or third week. I can't quite remember. But it was 100% posted because Critical Drinker's avatar is on it and it says Critical Drinker. And anybody on Twitter trying to act like he didn't say Critical Drinker, stop. Just stop. We are not as dumb as you. Okay. So stop. Just fucking stop. It was hilarious. So many of us pointed out that, hey, and no shade to the Reddit user. You're allowed to have whatever opinion you want to have. I don't care. But I was just, a lot of us pointed out that, yeah, it's not here. I can tell you exactly the poor guy's account. Let's see. It is user Byte Individual 7057 was the one who said that. Now, anybody who was trying to use the plausible deniability that Richard Roper, or more likely his assistant who posted that, didn't mention Drinker specifically, well, you lost it when they deleted the tweet. And listen, we all make mistakes. It's fine. But it is funny. I find it hilarious that there is, and then this is not you or audience members or people who went or people who enjoyed the Odyssey. This is specifically aimed at content creators. Some of them need us to be mad about the Odyssey's success and go Dodgers. Kicked. Nah, it's all right. You're welcome here. And we're not. I don't care. Watch it 20 times. It's not going to change my view of the film. Oh, now we got a Dodger thing. If so is now Dodgers suck donkey dicks, that's okay. But admittedly, I'm a Padre fan and we are freaking losers. I understand that. But I'm a one-team guy, not a front runner. And the Dodgers have the best team money can buy. There you go. So, yeah, I'm going to keep an eye on this. We could certainly speculate all day long. I'm not seeing anything yet. But, again, let me know in the chat because I usually don't track this stuff. So Nexus Point News is saying we are being told that Ryan Gosling is at San Diego Comic-Con. Well, he might be. He probably is. Maybe he's one of those actors running around with a mask and shopping. That's always kind of funny. And the rumor is him playing Johnny Blaze. That'd be all right. It'll be all right if completely different people were making the movie. Like if you brought back the directors of Ghost Rider Spirit of Vengeance, I'd feel more confident than whatever Kevin Feige and Marvel are going to come up with. I'd feel way more confident. So what happened at, according to Chris Gore and Alan Ing, was Hall H. Okay. Quick history. Hall H is a big hall at San Diego Comic-Con where all the big announcements happen, as you all know. Hall H and Comic-Con were fine for many years. You could walk up day of, get a ticket. You'd have to wait in a bit of a line, but you get a ticket and you walk in. You wouldn't have to do any online lottery nonsense. Hall H, a little harder to get into, but you could still, there was a time you could walk around the con and get to Hall H about an hour early and get in. No problem. Now, most of the presentations weren't like concerts. It was just people with chairs, and they would sit there and talk. And quite frankly, that's when some of the best panels, the Serenity panel is a memorable one. Tenacious D, I watched Tenacious D play there. That was memorable back when I still liked Jack Black. But Twilight ruined everything. And it did. That's when it started. People started, staying overnight. But that was in conjunction with the fire marshal of San Diego limiting the tickets for Comic-Con. It used to not be limited, and they put a cap on it because it was getting too crowded. Too many people in the building. There's a limit. So the fire marshal came in and put in a limit. Kind of surprised they haven't done that for MegaCon yet, but I'm glad they haven't. So that's what makes these tickets scarce and hard to find. Then on top of that, San Diego Comic-Con got so big with Hollywood that the limited amount of tickets went down due to comps. Lots of comps being thrown out there. Lots of free tickets being thrown out there. That's not the sole reason, but it's a big reason. Tickets need to go to retailers and blah, 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 blah. So you just had things chipping away, and now it's really difficult to find a ticket. Everything's really expensive. San Diego, while not being the cheapest place in the world historically, is really expensive now. And Hall H is impossible to get into. So apparently this year they had a thing where, and I think they did this last year. I don't wait in these lines. So I do. Waiting in line is the biggest waste of time in my life. I would pay to get up, time is money. So if I could pay like $200 to get in there, and if I felt the need to do it, I would, to save me 15 hours of my life. Really glad, I'm sorry I'm not hanging out with Alan and Chris right now, but I'm not sorry I missed it. So there is a group of people who waited in line apparently yesterday or some previous day for a long period of time to get a wristband that guarantees them a seat in Hall H. Guarantees them a seat in Hall H. So they got this wristband, and then they waited outside of Hall H. Some of them for 15 hours. I'm guessing it was pretty hot. People have died of heat exhaustion outside of con before. That has happened. That's why they brought the tents in. And these people were told, the ones with the wristbands that say, I'm guaranteed to get in, that you're not getting in. The hall is full. That is some bullshit. So I'll tell you what happened. This is a guess. I could be wrong. Comps, friends and family, outsiders, guests of the studios were allowed, or friends of volunteers at the con, like took up all the seats of those people who went through the right process to get a guaranteed seat. That's exactly what happened to some extent. Now, who was the culprit? Might be a combination of a lot of things. And that is fucked. I'd be so pissed. But that's why I just don't go. I like shopping for comic books at Comic Cons. I know I'm old fashioned, but that's what I like to do. So I go to like little local ones and have a great time. All this other stuff, we're going to find out. We're going to find out about it in a matter of minutes or half an hour. We'll find out. I'm keeping an eye on it, by the way. I'm refreshing that. Okay, here we go. Is it going to be a thread? Nope. So that would so it should have started, and again, I think it's going to be late. but 5:30 Pacific was the starting time. If you are in attendance, you get Dr. Doom masks and robes. How exciting. I remember when we got the V for Vendetta masks at WonderCon, they were all taped under our seat. All right, nothing announced as of yet. We'll read some soups. Let's go. Thanks for always grinding. I appreciate you, man. I appreciate you, John. I appreciate you guys being here. I appreciate having the greatest gig in the world. This is grind is a strong word. I love this. I live for this. The last week has been great. The utter chaos of the discourse has been fantastic. It's the little things in life, you know. It's not that nobody can get in, nobody wants to. Well, I'm wondering, I think it's already affected. Chris said, there's been previous years where he had trouble giving away passes, or he had passes, he would get rid of them immediately. Now he has trouble giving them away. I don't know if that's a sign. I think they'll still sell out. They do need to expand it, and apparently, according to the mayor of San Diego, that it's been extended to 2030. But I've been to so many. I've been to almost 40. I lost count. I've been to almost 40 cons. Hey, Gary, this might be a weird question, but what's the difference between 1980 Secret War and the 2015 one? I've been trying to find the 1981 to read it. The 1981 is good, and the 2015 one is bad. But if you want to get into differences, the plot is completely different, and they're basing it on the 2015 one that converges the universes, that brought in like Miles Morales to the main 616. But it's available on GN. I highly recommend it. It's fun. And it introduced the Black Spider-Man costume, number 8. Dermy Wormy, what's up, brother? I'll see you in Las Vegas. 63 months. I've been here too long. Yeah, what the fuck is wrong with you, dude? What is wrong with you, Dermy? See you in Vegas. Missed FNT yesterday, but saw the Rings of Power segment and couldn't stop thinking about Rings of Power. Celeborn again. I know. Oh my God. I mean, that's kind of all I want to talk about, but I'm not going to bore you guys with it. Not just yet. I plan to bore you with it in the future, but not just yet. Thank you, brother. Wait. Jean Grey is Green Jay, maybe Gus, or maybe Jean Gay. I don't know. Or Gary Jean Grey is Green Jay. Oh, I read that wrong. See, I screwed it up. Only you can prevent pineapple on pizza, and I wouldn't dream of it. WG actual. Yeah, if you want more proof that I am not a go with the crowd guy, I love pineapple pizza unapologetically. And if y'all hate it, I don't care. That's more for me. Now, I think a lot of people here it's just pineapple on pizza. No, there's got to be pineapple, Canadian bacon, olives, jalapenos, and buffalo sauce. It's got to murder your beehole, basically, for it to be good. Sean Caligula seen Caligula 1979. Lots of slaughter and mayhem. I have seen Caligula. I don't know if I can say Caligula, but I have seen it. Lucifer 1999. Darkness. Great Avatar. Die-hard Giants fan. I hate Tommy Lasorda. Well, he's gone now. I liked, as a diehard Padre fan, I liked Tommy. I did. Tommy was a great ambassador for baseball. As I can understand as a Giant fan why you would hate him. You guys had a real rivalry. We were in San Diego. Ray Kroc was our owner. The guy who founded McDonald's, or maybe took it from other people and then made it better for a little while. But yeah, we were just down, happy to be around in the league. I've been enjoying you for 4 years. Thank you for speaking up for fans on Marvel, DC, Star Wars, and everything in between. Thank you, Jared. It's my pleasure. We're all fans. We're all fans. Blade Runner 2049 still rocks, and it's no Force Awakens situation. Suck it. Is it Force Awakens? Yeah. I respectfully disagree, particularly that girl who's the key to everything ending. Watched Project Hail Mary again after FNT, and it made me realize I was more invested in Rocky than probably any human character on screen this year. Yep. That's how good Rocky is. Rocky should get nominated for Best Supporting Actor, but Elliot Page will instead. It's just the way it goes. Will you watch Doomsday when it comes out in December? Yes. Yeah. Oh, yeah. 100%. I will watch it to review it. I will watch it as early as possible. But I am not part of the cool kids club who get to see it. Are they really that cool? Who get to see it early. So I'll see it amongst the people. But I will review it. And hey, hopefully it's the greatest thing ever made. That is my hope. All right, so now they're just taking pictures of people with their Doom masks on. But nothing as of yet. But again, if I miss something, feel free to shout it out in the chat. A Drew Goddard, Ryan Gosling Ghost Rider movie. That would be kind of awesome. I think that would be awesome. Thank you. He just says, every phone for $49.99. Every phone 199. Hail the 199, by the way. Where is the meetup? I want to book my room, damn it. It's in Las Vegas. You're safe. If you're booking a room in the vicinity of the Strip, you are very close to the location. You are close enough to grab an Uber. We're going to announce the meetup location on Friday. The reason we're holding back on that, my apologies, Rough Rudders, is because somebody, we had a location locked down and it got, they backed out last minute. It was the Punk Rock Museum. And apparently we were too punk rock for the Punk Rock Museum. Sorry to say. I really don't understand why people like Campia or Angry Joe get so angry over people not liking the same movie as them. Does someone not liking it somehow ruin their enjoyment of it? Apparently it does, Payne, for $10. I very much doubt that my not liking the Odyssey ruined Jeremy's enjoyment of it. I don't think that came into the equation for Jeremy. I don't know. The truth of the matter is it's not about the movie. And you guys know this. It's deep-seated insecurity. And this is in Angry Joe's case. Campia is Campia, whatever. But, Campia will have his takes, but he does not crash out on Twitter like Angry Joe does. Okay. So we have to make that distinction. It has nothing to do with the Odyssey. I'll tell you that right now. It has nothing to do with it. And surprisingly enough, I don't think about it that much. I don't think about what other people think of what I think of a movie or my enjoyment. Picard season 3. I caught a lot of hell for that. It's fine. That's okay. Didn't hurt me. Thando Hoppa as Black Panther. Who is that? You got me. Hey, anybody. I got to show you guys this. You got me on that one, dude. You got me. Oh, Lordy. Listen, everybody's beautiful on the inside, okay? I'm just saying, why the hell not? Why not? Thando Hoppa as Black Panther. I support it. If Elliot Page can play Sinan, then Thando Hoppa can play Black Panther. We're just trying to be fair and inclusive, right? Right? Have you ever been to Heroes Con? I don't think so. Where's Heroes Con? I've been to a lot. I've been to so many, I don't remember all the names. The new Romancer series trailer looks pretty good. I'll have to check it out. All right, I'm checking again real quick before we'll see if there's any new. Okay, Herbie is on the stage. Everybody, big news. Big news. Herbie is on the stage. I was my one compliment of the Fantastic Four is they got Herbie right. Herbie was more accurate than Mr. Fantastic, who was more accurate than the female Silver Surfer. God, that just irritates me every time I talk about it. And then these people, it's in the comic books. Oh, okay. Name the couple of times with two different names she was in the comic books. Please. And in the Earth X stuff, in that world from Alex Ross, it actually made sense because Silver Surfer had been Silver Surfer for a long time. So if you wanted to bring her in at some point, then do it. But like establish the male Silver Surfer first. So now the Fox Fantastic Four movies are more accurate. Yeah, don't get me all nerded out on that. Silver Surfer. Herbie sucks. Wow. Doctor Who. What did Herbie do to you? Now, okay, if you're thinking of the cartoon where the Herbie came in because he took the place of Human Torch because parents groups and Marvel thought that kids would set themselves on fire to be the human. And you know what? Maybe, but like still. But in the 90s, it was fine. But yes, they were concerned kids would set themselves on fire. And okay, the funniest part of this is that was in late 70s, early 80s, when parents had to be reminded that their children were out of the house. When we rode around on our BMX bikes, no helmets, riding around the street, all hours, all days, parents had no idea what we were doing. We were stealing supplies from construction because, like, where I grew up, suburbia was being built. So we were stealing supplies from construction sites to build forts and shit. Like, they had no idea what we were doing. But they were worried that kids were going to set themselves on fire with Human Torch. Sip of Pellegrino for the working man. Yes, you did do that in the 90s. I'm not saying it was the only the 80s, Johnny Bravo. I hope I wasn't stating that that was the only time it was done. You absolutely did that in the 90s as well. Don't want to shade the 90s, okay? I like the 90s. They were fun. No offense that those are the days were stupid people. You're right. You're right. Oh, 80s, 90s. Everything was better in the past. And you might be right, but I wouldn't want to go back to any of that. Particularly the early 90s. If you know, you know. All right, we'll stop sharing fucking Herbie. All right. Give me something, people. Nothing yet. At least we know it started. We do get a Comic-Con update. Hall H is full and people are pissed. They waited 2 days, got front of the line passes, and was just told they are not getting in. Video to come. Not good for Doomsday. Well, Chris Gore and Film Thread are already all over that. In the meantime, I am seeing nothing. So I'm sure they're just introducing people, and I'm sure they're starting with Doomsday. So Robert Downey Jr. and Kevin Feige are now on stage. Kevin Feige's back on the Ozempic. I have no pictures of this, by the way, and you don't want them anyway. You wouldn't be able to hear anything. It's much better with just us talking. Gore is the man. Food tasted better. Maybe it did back then. Maybe it did. I don't know how excited everybody's excited at Comic-Con, but I don't know how much the human race is excited about this. I find it interesting because this is your turning point. This is where maybe we'll find out like where they're headed. Are they going to continue doing the same or do something radically different? Are we going to get an Eternals 2 like the chat just suggested, or, you know, are we going to get Ghost Rider? I don't know. I do not know. Considering that Helen's color is neither not there or according to Campia because it's mythological, does that mean we can make a Nancy White? I actually brought that up in a video. Brandon Lucas, I brought that up in a video. And yes, but we know that's not true. It's like, just have a real argument about it. It's legit to say, like, it with Helena Troy, it's legit to say that, well, because that's how it went down. Like, she's barely in the fucking movie. Even if you combine her with Clytemnestra. But the way it's framed is undeniably from a feminist point of view. By the way, Christopher Nolan said if the quotes are true, I mean, I didn't hear him say this, but he's being quoted, and I think it was in Variety or Hollywood Reporter, that he changed the ending because he found it too grim and misogynist. Christopher Nolan's words, not mine. but he's been telling you, he's been hinting what kind of movie this is. The trailers, I think, were very accurate to the tone of what this movie is. I don't think they missold anything. The only thing they might have missold was overemphasizing the diverse casting, which was barely in the movie. And if Elliot Page's Sinan just died in the beginning, okay. But Sinan was part of Odysseus's motivation to go home. You also, I've made my case clear in my videos, and I don't really need to elaborate on it. Bunch of people fighting over success, and there were certainly a lot of people on Twitter and some right-wing commentators were saying that this is going to flop. Like they just didn't know. They don't know what they're talking about. Nolan is a different beast. I'm saying it in all my videos. I set up every video by basically glazing Nolan. I'm like, this guy's the king of Hollywood. This guy puts butts in seats. It's undeniable. I don't care. It doesn't matter if I like him. It doesn't matter if you like him. It doesn't matter who loves him or not likes him. It doesn't fucking matter. The guy is the king of Hollywood, and you don't bet against him. And that's why in my first video, I'm like, what the fuck are you doing, Nolan? He doesn't need to play these games, but he obviously played these games and was very successful at it. And that's what I said at the end of my first video. I suspect he is trying to reinforce Hollywood's belief system. And based on what I've seen, that's what happened. That's what happened. And it doesn't matter who likes or dislikes the film. And if somebody likes it, it's fine. I don't care. And I'm not gonna we can discuss it on a live stream, but I'm not really gonna get into Rotten Tomato shit and all that stuff because it really doesn't change anything. It doesn't. This thing's a cultural phenomenon. I think the most important thing is just like, hey, this is how things are. That's just how you state it, right? However you feel about it. Particularly with the steering the conversation away. Again, if people were out there saying it's going to flop and people were arguing about it and somebody wants to go, I told you it wasn't going to flop. That's fine. That's it's your victory lap to run. That's cool. But I think people are trying to, I know people are trying to associate like me and Drinker with what other people said, which is that always happens. That's just part of the gig. But neither of us said it would flop. My question was always, would it be good? I didn't think it was. Here's to the Army and the Navy and all the battles they won. Here's to America and the colors that never run. See you in Vegas. Hell yeah, Neil Horn. What's up, brother? Yeah, Vegas is sold out. It's free, but it's sold out. There is a waiting list if you're interested, and I'm sure one of the mods can throw in a link, maybe. I don't know. I want to speak out of turn, though. Thank you, mods, for being here. Apparently, Ryan Gosling is Ghost Rider now. Yeah, and I don't know if somebody was like wish casting in the chat. No disrespect. But Ryan Gosling, or not Ryan Gosling, Drew Goddard being attached, and it's like, fuck. I'm going to be excited about that one. The writer of Project Hail Mary. But I don't know if they were just wish casting or not. I don't know. We'll find out. I'm going to check real quick. Dick sucking. I'm sorry. Discussing film. Okay, their big post is Kevin Feige has arrived at San Diego Comic-Con. Looking very, I say Ozempic. I'm being kind of mean. He's looking healthy. He's looking good. He doesn't look like he has cancer or anything. Like Kevin's looking good. All right. So good for him. The one thing I want to credit Kevin Feige for, with all the shit that I've given him, And other people have given him, and he's never, ever taken it out on the fans. Not fucking once has that guy gone out and blamed the fans for anything. A lot of people under him have, but he hasn't. So I credit him. I'm being nice. I'm being nice. It does matter if you if you have the attitude of I'm putting it out there and whatever the fans say is what the fans say. That's really all we ask for, right? And I'm going to continue to parse out what I think. What I think is just a personal opinion, just a retard in a room. Think doesn't work or works. The thing that when it first happened, I'm like, what are you doing? Was following the all new, all different model from the comics because you have the data. It's there. Disney owns Marvel Comics. Marvel Comics race and gender swapped and made everybody gay and is still doing it. Damn near 10 years in. And the comic side of Marvel is collapsing. It's cooked. It's done. It's never going to be what it was even 10 years ago. And that was considered a decline. But when I sold my comic shop due to a horrific relapse of my doing, comics were selling pretty good. Things were pretty good. And it went south fast. And it was just strange that, wow, Marvel's doing the same thing that DC's doing, that the same thing the video games are doing, that the same thing publishing is doing, that the same thing they're doing in television, that the same thing they're doing in corporate America, and the same thing they're doing in the movies. It's really weird that these initiatives all like grassroots accidentally just started at the same time. And companies that are in competition with each other are doing the same thing, producing the same thing with the same themes. That doesn't make sense. They're in competition. You would think they'd want to do something different, or at the very least, outdo them. So I guess you could credit Disney. You can't. The one thing you can't criticize Disney for, and there's a lot. Oh, there's a Olympus Mons size mountain of criticism you can throw at Disney. You can't criticize them for not trying DEI and not trying inclusivity and diversity. You can't criticize them for that. They went above and beyond to the point where they destroyed merit. And Marvel was part of that. Now Marvel's in a stink. So Marvel's got to spend $600 million on a cameo fist that we're about to cover here called Avengers Doomsday with, correct me if I'm wrong, chat, 37 characters. I don't know why that number popped in my mind. It might be more. Did I say cameo fist? Wrong movie. That's Avengers Doomsday. Cameo Fest. $43? Yeah, no, sorry. Wrong movie, everybody. All right. The re-release of Avengers Endgame will come with an exclusive look at Avengers Doomsday returning to theater. I thought they were adding footage. So it's just an exclusive look. Okay, maybe I read it wrong in the initial press release, but did you guys get the impression that they were going to like put a little ending on something? Maybe that's just me. I got the impression that they were going to put on some like little stinger at the end to lead in the Doomsday. So you're just going to get footage from the movie that's coming out. Okay. Number one, releasing Endgame without releasing Infinity War is stupid as fuck. They said new footage. Okay. My memory ain't so good, Dave. Don't do drugs, okay? Even if you stop them for a long time, they still have horrible effects on your brain. All right, so that's the first announcement that I see from Dick Sucking Phil. By the way, Discussing Fish is the greatest account on Twitter. Today, San Diego Marvel will be mainly talking about movies, confirms Kevin Feige. So we're not going to hear about any TV stuff, which I am fine with. I am fine with because I don't care. The reason they're mainly talking about movies, ladies and gentlemen, is Kevin Feige really isn't in charge of the television division anymore. Now, he still runs Marvel, but he either took himself off or somebody took him off the television part, and it's going to run separate. And it might be connected to the Marvel cinematic universe. It might not, but they are separate divisions now. As the thing is, though, that's so stupid. They could have made this work. You could have had movie, not a series, a couple of TV specials to set up next movie, right? That are interesting enough to watch, but if you miss them, it's fine. But the problem is when you have a streaming service, it's kind of like having, I don't know, a platform like YouTube, a platform like Instagram, a platform like TikTok. You constantly need to be putting content on it all the time. And the Hollywood studios cannot keep up with that. They cannot keep up with that. And Netflix has got really good at it because they're buying a lot of stuff from around the world. But like even with Netflix, there's long periods of time I bet you don't, and I know what some of you are going to say, I never turn it on, but there's long periods of time where you don't even fire it up. Last time I fired it up was for One Piece season 2. So is that confirmed? Hang on. Oh my God, it's been confirmed. Wow. Okay. I like this. Good move. Credit to Disney Marvel for not casting Johnny Blaze as a black lesbian. Johnny Blaze is being played, I'm guessing it's Johnny Blaze, is being played by Ryan Gosling. You get a point, Marvel. I don't know how good the movie's going to be. I don't know who's writing it. I don't know who's directing it. But that is a good Johnny Blaze. A real fucking Ghost Rider. Not Ghost Driver, okay, from Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. But if it's Johnny Blaze or Danny Ketch, either one I'm good with. I actually like both. I'm a Johnny Blaze guy first because that's who I read first. But let's be real, the better stories are in the 90s. Those are the better stories. So, wow. Okay. No, don't. No. You're lying. No. I mean, okay. I guess it could be fine. It could be worse. It could be worse. It could be worse. It could be Nia DaCosta. It could be Michael Waldron. It could be the fucking Russo brothers. But yes, it's directed by Sean Levy. Listen, I Deadpool Wolverine gave it a 7 out of 10. Thought it was all right. Completely carried by Ryan Reynolds and Hugh Jackman. There was some stuff in it I didn't like. There was some stuff in it I did like. Seeing Wesley Snipes back is just the coolest fucking thing ever. Don't tell anybody because it would ruin my reputation as a racist. But yes, you're seeing it correctly. Ryan Gosling. And that's been rumored all day, to be fair. But I'm going to be real. I like it. I like the decision. Will it be a good movie? No fucking idea. What are the chances of it being a good movie? 25%. And that's really high. Okay. Deadpool and Wolverine was carried. Okay. You're not wrong. Shaggy. You're like, Deadpool and Wolverine was carried by Deadpool and Wolverine? Shocking. I'll take that criticism. I will take that criticism. But what it wasn't carried by was the directing, particularly the story, a lot of the side characters, and just them being in that world. It didn't look real or good. And it doesn't hold up for me, upon later viewings as well. Deadpool and even Deadpool 2, I could watch those things again and again. Those are fucking bangers. This one was, but it made a lot of money. And it makes sense for Marvel to go with something they're comfortable with. And I just don't know if Sean Levy, I can't say he's got a style, but with Ghost Rider, it has to be horror. That's what it needs to be. It needs to be a perfect blend of superheroes and horror, supernatural horror. So not, indie situational horror. I mean, like demons, hell, that kind of horror. And not the comical kind. Like, I think a Ghost Rider should be rated R. They won't make it that, but it should be. To hell with them kids. And it's also a Ghost Rider, top 3 coolest characters ever created. Not greatest superheroes, coolest characters. He's one of my favorites. All right. We're going to see if there's any more announcements other than it's Sean Levy. Marvel's announced Ghost Rider movie at San Diego Comic-Con starring Ryan Gosling, directed by Deadpool and Wolverine, Sean Levy. Oh, coming to theaters in 2028. Well. It'll barely get beat by the Batman 2. So no white Black Panther. I know you're disappointed. I'm disappointed. We all have to live with disappointments. We all have to live with L's in our lives, right? Saltine says, I don't care. That's believe me, I understand that. I really do. Yeah, Secret Wars is I think it's the following year, right, everybody? I thought it was like back-to-back years. I could be wrong. John Cena's Black Panther? No. Too gay. There isn't even a Ghost Rider title in print right now. I don't know. Oh, there isn't? I mean, like, listen, Marvel's in shambles. Marvel's in absolute shambles. They're firing everybody. They're moving offices to LA because everything's fine in the comic book industry. That's what I keep getting told. You know what? There's some great Ghost Rider back issues you can get from the 90s, probably in your dollar bin. I highly recommend it. We're waiting for the next announcement. So far, we got one good one. Now, again, Hollywood doesn't deserve the benefit of the doubt. Marvel, Disney does not deserve any benefit of the doubt whatsoever. But a white guy is playing a white guy. Fucking shocking. Yeah, Mahler just commented, directed by Mahler. You were the first one I thought of. Ah, there's Mahler, always there to bring me down back to earth. Son of a bitch. Mahler, you're welcome to come on if you want. If you're not doing anything, ping me on the DMs of the Twitters. Okay, hang on. I had to comment on House of the Dragon. We're doing 2 episodes on Sunday. I finally watched the latest episode. And that's all I'll say. But yeah, I mean, if you're not doing anything, Mahler, if you feel free to ping me on the Twitter and you can come on as we do this really exciting, groundbreaking coverage. Ah, shit. I just lost dick sucking film. Hang on. The cast of Avengers Doomsday is now on stage, everybody. They are now on stage. Let's share dick sucking film. Yeah, I don't know. Is Discussing Fish out there putting a bunch of fake Hall H announcements? Because they should be. Discussing Fish, I love you, by the way. Unconditionally love you. You should be just flooding your Twitter feed with just bullshit announcements. Elliot Page playing every superhero. That's what I would just do. Is Elliot Page is playing Ghost Rider. Elliot Page is playing Nova. Elliot Page is playing Moondragon. Elliot Page is now the Eternals. He said Sean Levy for fuck's sake. And I'm like, brother, I thought of you first. Hail Mahler. We love Molly. All right. So here is everybody on stage. Oh my God, it's Ryan Gosling. I do love when Razor Fist points out that he's got kind of uneven eyes. But the thing is, I can't throw that criticism out because I'm the same way. Natural birth. So one eye is a little higher than the other. A little bit of a mongoloid. That's what I'm saying. Okay. I'm just admitting I'm retarded. That's all. So, So by the way, here is Discussing Film. Wow. Where did the block go? Is it? Nah. Oh, it's still there. We just can't see it. Because I can't respond to any of these. Hey, are you surprised Haley Atwell will return in Avengers Doomsday, considering that's the biggest part of the plot? Like, this is a shock. It's like, Kevin, don't waste our time. We've read the spoilers. And you know what? That's another good announcement, because Haley Atwell and her assets showing up in anything makes something 10% better, until they do something stupid like in Doctor Strange Mom, like cutting her in half. How could you damage something so perfect? Oh, Lordy. I don't think I need to. Yeah, it seems like dick sucking film's kind of on top of it. Like a dick. Does that mean? I don't care. The Russo brothers are now on stage. Oh, thank God. Thank God the directors of Electric State. A new clip from Spider-Man Brand New Day has been shown at San Diego Comic-Con. I saw this clip, by the way. Oh, no, this is a different clip. Okay. Includes Spidey and the Punisher fighting the Hulk. Okay, that sounds rad, to be honest with you. He's Professor Hulk, but beginning to lose it. Hulk gets hit with the wed bomb. Sweet. Got my tickets for Wednesday, thanks to Jose Taco. If you're out there, brother. So the Russo brothers are now on stage. Ryan Gosling has been revealed as Ghost Rider. The cast of Avengers Doomsday. Oh, we got another one. Pedro Pascal. So they're probably just going to talk about Doomsday stuff for a while. I was reading something. The Hall H debacle is something Comic-Con, have they addressed it yet? I feel bad for the people who waited in line and went through that effort when they were being told that like this thing will happen and then having the rug pulled out. That being said, I hope it's a very important lesson. Go to con to enjoy the con. See the people, shop for comic books. There's lots of little freebies you can get. My God, you just follow Gore around. He'll tell you about every freebie and every free lunch there is because, man, that guy's I can't say the word because it sounds too much like the N-word, but you know which word I'm talking about. He's cheap. He's cheap. But con can be really fun. Ryan mentioned it being corporate. There is a side of it that, I mean, literally a side of the con that's super corporate. You just don't go there. And you go to the other side, and there's still a lot of fun to be had. There's a lot of cool stuff going on. And if you're a nerd, you should go once at least. I think it's kind of like, for lack of a better description, like Nerd Mecca, except if you don't like the con, like they won't kill you for it. But you know, it's that's what it is. It's tons of fun, and it's you know, it's the friends we make along the way. But waiting 15 hours, I wouldn't wait 15 hours for anybody. Nobody. Backstorm, you got the word. You got the word. Chat. It's fine. That's an actual word. So I wouldn't go beyond that. I wouldn't but it's an actual word. Okay, so what do we got here? We got that's the only. Yeah. See, he looks great. Chris Evans looks fine there. He just didn't look good in that shot. What the fuck is RDJ wearing? I mean, I understand Pedro dressing like that, but what? And RDJ is dyeing the hell out of his hair. You can tell. It's fine. Just you can tell. Sorry, hang on. Sure. I can't type. Hi, everybody. I'm a professional streamer and I'm trying to DM somebody at the same time, but also keep in mind that I am 56 years old and did a lot of damage to my brain with drugs. So I can't do two things at once. I'm trying to get somebody on the show. Here, I'm going to send him a link. It's really weird saying professional streamer. You know, I stream more than I make videos. I'm more of a streamer than a video maker, if you really think about it. I don't, to be honest with you. Yeah, who's he getting? Hey,
who's that you getting?
I'm getting you. What's up, man?
My God.
I thought of you when I saw Sean Levy. I'm like, Mahler's gonna love this movie.
Fucking that mad. What's funny? It's like, you know, oh, you were expecting a miracle of Ghost Rider movie, were you? And it's like, no, I just didn't want to cut off at the legs the moment it was announced. Like, it would have been nice to believe in something for a second.
It would have. Somebody threw in the chat like, "Hey, Drew Goddard and Ryan Gosling." I'm like, "Oh God, please, 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 no."
Sean Levy, and it makes so much sense. He's probably the top of the list right now because of Deadpool Wolverine. So
yeah, why wouldn't he be? I mean, from their perspective.
And imagine if he makes him a bunch of money with Star Wars, which is there's no reason to think that will happen. But if it did, he'd be like Disney's #1 director.
Oh, dude. He'll be Sean Disney after that. Thank you, Culture Casino. Yes, dyeing your hair is fine. Dyeing your beard, little gay. Okay, I'm just gonna say.
But no, yeah, like obviously the Stranger Things stuff, all of his quotes from that documentary we watched. He's like a fabulous retard. He's and he's kind of a creepy person in the sense of like, oh my God, there's nothing in there. You stare straight through his eyes. There's just nothing. It's what he makes. I don't even know that he likes like the creation of film. He's Hired Gun is obviously what he would count as. Like Peyton Reed is another one.
Yes. You know, Sean Levy reminds me of Peter Safran. They both have a similar look. Mm-hmm. Which is Hollywood guy, like generic Hollywood guy. A little work, on their face. They both have work, by the way, and that bothers me. Okay, especially if you're a dude, that bothers me.
But no, Ghost Rider is like one of the coolest fucking characters ever, and it's like Ryan Gosling's like, all right, that's an interesting idea. And this him is like, oh my God, it's gonna be such a lame film. Oh. It's going to be so safe, dude.
No, you know who would be a better director? And you're right. You're 100% right. Scott Derrickson, guy who did the first Doctor Strange, would be a better director for Ghost Rider.
Oh, yeah, I'd take him for sure. Yeah. There's not many working directors I wouldn't take over Sean Levy, if I'm being completely honest. Though, it's complicated. It's like there's two sectors. You get the Rian Johnson side where they destroy, deconstruct, and subvert everything. Or you get the Hired Gun side where you're basically watching a Quantumania where it's just pure sludge. It's like, which do you want? Well, neither,
I'll watch my Nick Cage Ghost Riders.
Yeah,
love them.
That's kind of what I'm getting at. Like, I feel like Ghost Rider deserves to be a little bit edgy, but he's just not going to be allowed.
No, and he's such a cool hero. And listen. I understand what the Nicolas Cage movies are, but I still love them. But he's got the penance stare. That is one of the coolest powers ever.
Penance stare is fucking awesome. The chain, the look, everything about him, man. It's like, took this long. By the way, we can't get Blade working, but we can get Ghost Rider working.
I know what?
Okay.
Well, they're obviously racist. I mean, that's the only answer to that question.
It's just like, I'm not saying, you should be able to get them all working, if we're being honest. But it's so weird to be like, yeah, we can get the fucking, like basically judge, jury, executioner character from beyond the grave, religious hyper elements. He's not even, like, in terms of morality, is complicated. What does any hero think of him when he does the penance stare? His integration and the complication. What's the history going to be? Are there going to be other Ghost Riders in the basically what I'm saying is Ghost Rider is one of the hardest people to get into the MCU right now. And they're like, yeah, but we can't get a guy who kills vampires. That's just that's too much.
Yeah, it is kind of complicated to get a superhero who rides a motorcycle. I mean, like, so part of his thing is you have to put him in situations where he's riding a motorcycle. So, and Blade is just a dude that you're not tied to a specific look other than him being black. and killing vampires. So you're not.
I mean, yeah.
Yeah. What you just said, it's like you're not like. There's not a bunch of canon. There's not this
Honestly,
costume people are going to freak out about.
That could easily have been a time where you go find some crazy young passionate director who's got an amazing style and be like, we've checked a whole bunch of people, we're picking you, we're gonna give you Blade. All right, you got to be very careful, but it's gonna be low budget, and if you prove yourself, it'll get like put in, to the MCU. I just wish that we would enter that stage of experimentation instead of experimenting with bajillion-dollar movies starring everyone's fucking grandpa trying to relive characters that are long dead.
That's kind of me, by the way. I mean, not a grandpa yet. But my kid's got to get going. Sit around soon. This brings us to Doomsday. You're bringing up the, just throwing in every character we can. I still haven't got. Do you have a number of how many people are in this movie? Somebody in the chat said 43, and I think that's a pretty accurate number. So that sounds believable.
I know that you would have read the leaks that came in that one page. Have you seen more detailed leaks?
Yes, I did see the expanded ones that were on Twitter yesterday.
Read them myself, and my only conclusion was like, I believe every last thing this is, except there was like when it said Monica Rambeau breaks up a fight. I was like, really? Are they really going to keep her? But this, I believe a lot of it though, and if everything in that is true, you could probably do a character count in that, I guess.
We are the minority. Yes, we are.
Why would they have kept Doctor Strange under wraps?
Yeah. Well, absolutely. Wouldn't you put Benedict Cabbage Patch on a chair? Like,
shouldn't he be in the marketing? Everyone tends to like him. So
yeah.
No matter what role he has, you'd think he should be out there being like, yeah, Doomsday, woo.
I think
he spent $1 bazillion anyway.
They did. I know some of the, and I talked about you behind the scenes when my friend who works at Marvel, who no longer works at Marvel, called me and said, "Yep, we're getting ready to do this live stream." And then he goes, "I don't think you're gonna like it." And I'm like, "Why?" He's all, "Just wait and see." But he said that they did have chairs, and I've told you guys this before. For I'm forgetting his name. Short Round from Temple of Doom. Yeah. And Ryan Reynolds and Hugh Jackman, but they hadn't signed their contracts yet. So they had announced this movie before they technically had Hugh Jackman and Ryan Reynolds in the picture.
Graveyard of chairs ready to go.
Yep.
But they didn't make it.
So there's the new poster. Hey, great looking costume. It's awesome. That doesn't make a good movie though. Reed and Doom's rivalry in Avengers Doomsday is confirmed. God, I hope so. Seeing that they had one in the comics.
I feel like this is probably bullshit, honestly.
Yes.
They're saying this because they've had a huge backlash from people being like, wasn't there a post that it was like, Doom is not going to have that much interest in Reed, like, at all?
I did see that, yes.
Okay.
That doesn't make any sense.
Going from the leaks, that seems to be... He's not in any way more interested in Reed than he is in everyone else, really. Like, broadly. Though, the bigger leaks that like you said you'd read, another reason why I buy it completely is because there's stuff in there that I could believe some people would read and think is great. I'd be like, oh... the stuff about like, oh, it's family and other people getting their happily ever after and universes with incursions while Doom didn't, and he's vengeful. But like, I read it, I'm like, oh, that's gonna be so bad. Like, this is just gonna be so fucking bad.
So the motivation here in the last line is, well, Victor, you did this, says Pedro Pascal, and all of you have lived stolen lives, and now you must give them back.
That's in the leaks.
Yeah, it is in the leaks.
It's not like it's specifically like him versus Reed. It's kind of interesting that they framed it that way. It's more Doom doesn't like that a bunch of other people have broken the universe's rules to get what they want, whereas he didn't get to do that.
That's Steve who did that. So
Yeah, isn't it? He has a particular issue with like 3 different people. Steve's one of them. I think there's others, but I don't really. It's just going to be so fucking bad, man.
Yeah,
it's funny because someone asked me, "Is like, do you think it'll be worse than Endgame in terms of how nonsense it is?" It's like absolutely. It's
100%.
It's built on top of Endgame. So it's like take Endgame's chaotic, tangled up Christmas tree lights that are flickering, and you're building a story on top of that, which they're doing enthusiastically, apparently.
They are. I was just thinking of, you said Christmas tree lights, and I'm thinking Stranger Things and Sean Levy. But no, it's
Ghost Rider gets put on top, just like
right. We got Ghost Rider. The nicest thing I can say about Endgame, a movie where when I walked out of it, I was convinced I liked it. And then the more I talked about it over a 2 or 3 hour live stream, by the end, I was like, I still kind of like it. And everybody in the chat's like, it doesn't sound like you like it very much. I'm like, I don't think I like it very much. And yeah. And I think I've rewatched it only a couple of times. And there's like scenes that I like if you look at them completely out of context.
I don't know that I've actually watched Endgame since all that time ago. That this it's so funny to like think of Avengers Endgame, which was one of our more major modern events for media, and it's like, yes, 7 years ago. It's like, what the dude? Time is moving way too fast.
Black Panther has been recast. Oh, she looks so sad. Look at her. She's like, oh, I thought I was gonna be Black Panther.
That's hilarious. They're taking Black Panther off her.
Oh, and she had some really base takes when it came to COVID, but David Johnson.
He's the one from Alien Romulus, right?
Is he?
The dude in that picture looks like Alien Romulus guy, or am I mixing him up? In fact, is that picture from Alien Romulus? Can you scroll down? Because the background looks like it could be a ship.
Oh shit! Yeah, sorry, I was going to look up his.
Yeah, that's him, right?
Oh, what?
Well, he was. Have you seen The Long Walk?
No, I have not seen The Long Walk.
He's very good in that.
Okay.
That's the only other thing I've seen him in. He's very different than what he's like in Alien Romulus. He might be able to pull it off. I don't know.
Yeah, he wasn't a character like. I didn't hate him in Alien Romulus. I just hated the movie.
No, yeah, I hate the movie. I think he did okay. He's one of the better actors. Not the fucking the line, the horror. He had the worst line in the movie, unfortunately. The "Get away from her, you bitch."
Hey, he might be able to pull it off, and they should have done this from the get-go. Like, this is stupid that they didn't recast him. So I guess Doom's gonna bring T'Challa back to life. I don't know how they're gonna work this out. But hey, if we're gonna give them credit for anything, they did it, and they should have done it a long time ago.
Wait, did you say bring T'Challa back to life?
Yeah, Doom. Like, how do they? Because he's dead in the MCU.
But he's playing his son, right?
Is he playing his son?
That's what it says there.
Okay, it's his son. Okay, got. Oh, I didn't read it. My reading comprehension not good today.
No, well, what's funny is
so they
had it said he's been cast as T'Challa, this makes no difference to me because we're dealing with the fucking multiverse collapsing. So it could easily be T'Challa. It makes no difference at this point mechanically.
They might as well just make it T'Challa.
Yeah, why not? Fuck it.
I don't get it. You're going to be doing a soft reboot. So they're going to age up that kid from the end of Wakanda Forever somehow. He'll get trapped in a pocket dimension and age up or something.
Well, yeah, because it's like Ryan Gosling and Sean Levy worked together previously on Star Wars Starfighter. Like, yeah, we don't even know if that's a good, like, if that's like a reassuring thing. We'll see about that.
As T'Challa's son in Black Panther 3. Oh, what have we got? Oh, we don't need to know the journey. Yes, I'm blocked.
Yeah, he's blocked me as well.
Yeah.
But yeah, I was saying, it's like Endgame, I'm actually going to have to rewatch for
no.
It's been so long. I don't even know what the fucking rewatch list looks like for this movie. I know it's not Shang-Chi though.
Nope. Nope. And again, chat, it's good that they have either a son or T'Challa. I think it just might as well be T'Challa at this point, but fuck it. It's something they should have done. Wakanda Forever is one of the most exploitive, disgusting things I've ever seen Hollywood do, to be honest with you. And it's a really bad movie. On top of that, made a lot of money though.
Mm-hmm. So these announcements is like, we're gonna be getting to Secret Wars eventually, right? Everyone in that is like that we're doing our mutants. We've also got Ghost Rider, a possible whatever the fuck is going on with Iron Man. They was saying something about a TV show or whatever for Armor Wars and all that. And then of course on top of all that, Black Panther 3.
Okay.
Do you remember, like, it's like, oh, here goes everyone. After all of that, we're on. It actually reminds me of James Gunn's Reset.
It does. So we're not resetting anything. They're rearranging things.
Yeah.
And no date on that. I was looking for a date. We got a year. Oh, wait, no, here we go. Black Panther 3 will be released on December 15th, 2028.
Okay.
The film will be shot on large format celluloid film.
Whoa.
They're going to shoot it on film, everybody.
That's crazy.
So I'm guessing Ryan Coogler's directing it? Yes, there is right there. Ryan Coogler will be directing it.
Boy.
Well, there you go. So Ghost Rider and Black Panther in 2028. No X-Men announcement. Isn't that weird? Maybe they're saving it for last.
Maybe. Are we expecting to get any trailers?
I thought they would at least. I don't think we're going to get any trailers. No, I think at best they showed a Spider-Man Brand New Day clip that they mentioned earlier, and maybe you get a Doomsday clip at the end. Trying to remember what they showed. When I was there, when they announced Robert Downey Jr. and I was in the press pit with Chris because we snuck in. We just kind of, when the press was going in, Chris is just like, look like you belong here. So I can do that. So we just snuck in and we saw the Fantastic Four footage. But
yeah, I don't know, man. It's I don't know. It's just, I guess you got to keep announcing stuff. You got to keep the ball rolling, the good old MCU and everything. But it just feels like a weird time to be saying Black Panther 3 and Ghost Rider. You know what I mean? Like, we're about to see the peak of their storytelling mountain. It's like, by the way, those guys, when we're coming back down. Just feels odd.
It's really odd. Here's the announcement.
I want to say thank you so much. Thank you, Ryan. Thank you, Kevin. Thank you to this amazing family that I have the honor and the privilege and the blessing.
There you go.
All right.
There you go. He's happy. He's getting paid.
Well, I mean, I don't know about you, but I couldn't give less of a fuck about the story of Black Panther 3 in the MCU.
Well, now, no.
Yeah. Like, I like Black Panther, but the one that we have sucks so much balls. It's like, oh, you want to see it's not even Black Panther 3. It's the Son of Panther. Like,
it's the Son of Panther. Yes.
And we got Shuri for 2 Avengers films.
That's an odd trilogy.
Who knows? Yeah. It's a retarded trilogy.
And the best movie he was in Civil War. So
that's the best Black Panther movie.
Yep. But what I'm not sensing here, Mahler, is any real. Oh, sure, Ghost Rider's new. Okay, fine. But I'm not sensing any anything different.
Does that not feel like they got in a room with Sean Levy and they were like, "Hey, we've got about 5 different possible projects. What one do you think you could definitely do?" And they're like, "Doesn't Ryan Gosling want to be Ghost Rider?" And you mentioned that, and you've worked with him, and he's kind of a somewhat of a draw right now, I guess, because of Project Hail Mary, and maybe the Bobby stuff is actually getting cited. And it's like, and you're successful with Stranger Things and Deadpool and Wolverine, so they just fast tracked the fuck out of that.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Meanwhile, again, Blade took him 10 years to cancel.
Ooh, that's embarrassing. At least Kevin Feige had the good grace to call himself a loser over that. It's just funny. No, I think you're right. I think they had some names circled for ideas but as far as like taking things into a new direction, and you're doing something you should have done in the second movie. So these are all going to be pretty safe. We've got to pay attention to those, that X-Men announcement though. If Sadie Sink ends up being Jean Grey, it really reeks of, Steph mentioned this. My Nerdy Home mentioned this. So like it was her who brought it up, or the first person I heard it. It reeks of, well, she's popular. She's in that popular show.
Well, she's going to be in the Wolverine game that's coming out soon as well.
Is she?
Not like Sadie Sink's Jean Grey, but
Jean Grey. Yeah, Jean Grey is. Yes.
I'm assuming you talked as well about the sizzle reel was shown with Tobey Maguire Spider-Man in it. It's just, getting closer and closer to the confirmation of what we're all going to watch, which is his universe and him getting killed.
In the first few minutes of the movie, dude. When I heard that, I'm like, you got to be fucking kidding me. And it was great because my guy said, oh, you can tell people right now. I'm like, all right, I will.
Absolutely fucking nonsense decision, but of course. And then, again, I always bring this up, but it's like, he'll be back. It's like, yeah. Fucking they're always back. Leave him alone.
Good news, by the way, for my guy who I cannot name. He did get a new job, and it's better. It's a lot better.
Good.
Yeah. So good for him. One door closed, another one opened. And
Do you see the Blade Runner TV show thing?
Oh, yeah, yes. Blade Runner 2099. Good Lord.
I'll be honest, Gary. I've been doing this for this long, and I read that, and I was like, huh. And then I was like, wait. I thought it was a disgusting fish or whatever the fuck thing. I was like, I get it, funny. And then I was like, oh shit, that's real.
It's real.
Why do they keep doing this?
I don't know.
I'm sorry. Fucking the Ryan Gosling Blade Runner didn't even make money. Why do you expect, like, the TV show's just going to be a big old burning hole? That's it.
They've been trying to make it a franchise, and they just can't. And I'll give people 2040. If you like 2049, fine. But what Mahler just mentioned is important. It flopped like hard. There's not enough interest.
What makes them think a fucking TV show
yes.
with Michelle Yeoh?
With Michelle,
like, what are you doing?
Dude, she's just like, I am going to be in every shitty thing I can possibly think of after my Oscar win.
Yeah, when she did Everything Everywhere All at Once, her agent was like, you're about to get a whole bunch of offers. Just say yes to everything. Yes. Lock it all in.
Section 31 to Blade Runner 2099.
Oh my God.
It's going to be terrible. And Garrett pointed out yesterday, one of the cool things about Blade Runner is all of those effects are like real miniatures and little cars. So much craftsmanship and true art went into that from the genius, the late, great Douglas Trumbull. One of the greatest effects man to ever live. 2001: A Space Odyssey. Close Encounters of the Third Kind.
Well, Blade Runner is just one of the greatest films ever made. It is a masterpiece.
And you can pick a version, and they're all good. They're all good. You can have your favorite version, right?
Yeah.
I have the most unpopular one, but it's the one I saw in the theaters. And I know I've told you the story before, but little 12-year-old me's there with my mom and my friend Doug in an empty theater on opening day. And, we expected what everybody else expected, this action movie with Harrison Ford, because the trailers made it look like that, by the way. I don't know if that gets talked about enough, but the trailers made it look like it was an action movie, and it's this slow burn noir, but it was like the coolest fucking thing I've ever seen. I'm like, what is this? And everybody said it was boring back in the day.
I'm just I don't know when it'll happen, dude, but someday we'll go, whoa, that's 3 announcements in a row that make sense. Wow.
Oh, look, it's a Comic-Con background. The Marvel Studios panel is over, but we are about to interview some cast. So it's done. That's it. That's it. No X-Men talk. No Spider-Man talk.
Less of a fuck about Blade Runner. Sorry, not Blade Runner 3. Jesus, Black Panther 3.
Black.
I also don't care about Blade Runner's 3rd attempt. But no, that just, I don't know. It just feels like they've got nothing really.
Yeah, that's kind of
like Ghost Rider's coming out of nowhere. It's like, yeah, fuck it, I guess.
And Black Panther 3, and you don't announce any X-Men. Still.
Are they waiting to get past Doomsday before they do any of that?
I guess. Yeah, I guess they want to get rid of the old. But man, they've had control of the X-Men for almost 10 years, right? It's got to be 8 years.
What if they like make a huge final exit for the X-Men, Fox X-Men? It's like, we're done. They release their first attempt at a reboot. It flops. So they're like, all right, we'll get them back.
We're gonna Q. Start working out. Get those steroids out. Culture Casino. Sadie Sink is supposedly Jean Grey. I was told Jean Grey.
Yeah, well, that's the major rumors going around everywhere, is that she's Jean Grey. I don't know why would we assume anything else at this point. It makes sense.
I thought it was weird.
You could argue that's a choice that makes sense. Making Spider-Man films makes sense. There's a few things that happen in this world that still make sense. There's just not many, and they don't happen in a row.
No. And like, I liked one of the trailers. I'm looking forward to Spider-Man. I've got my Wednesday tickets for the fan screening, and we will see. And
I wish all the luck on it being a good film, but
yes.
I just, the odds are against us.
Yes, they are. For one, if Sadie Sink is Jean Grey, how are they going to work out her being the bad guy? So it has to be another bad guy. It doesn't make a ton of sense unless she's like completely misunderstood. But the plot I heard before I knew who was even in it was when my friend told me Punisher and Hulk are in it, and they will be controlled to some effect, or Hulk will be controlled. And now you see in the trailers, like, somebody is taking control of somebody's minds, which could be a Jean Grey power. A really amped up one, but Negative Man. Yeah, man.
Just saw someone shared image of when they had the thing up where it said Avengers the Kang Dynasty and Secret Wars.
Oh.
The olden days.
And what's funny is the plot they're using for, I told you this before, but for the audience, the plot they're using for Doctor Doom is kind of a riff on what they did with Kang in Avengers Earth's Mightiest Heroes, if you guys recall, for those of you who watch that. By the way, very good cartoon, like really top tier cartoon. But it's kind of a riff on that. Yes, Jean Grey did turn Bobby gay. She did. That did happen in the comics. It's crazy. Absolutely nuts.
They gave a date for Ghost Rider getting in the cinema, right?
They gave a year, 2028. So I'm guessing
that's going to roll in production pretty soon then, right?
Within a few
pre-production, sorry.
Yeah, it has to be pre-production like tomorrow.
Because I've seen some people speculating, like, what if it just gets fucking kicked down the road until it's out, like Blade, sorry. It's like, well, I guess we'll see. But I feel like the thing about Sean Levy that truly actually is a boon to his abilities is he gets the projects completed. So,
yep.
Which is gives you loads of points in Hollywood, especially if you bring in box office numbers.
Who's writing it? That's kind of important too.
Yeah.
Michael Waldron.
There was a post the other day that was like, I was worried about Doomsday, but then I found out the guy who wrote Loki is writing it. I was like, oh, that's like catastrophic news, no? But okay. I mean, we've known that for ages. And besides, he wrote like the foundation, right? And then everyone's come in and taken pieces out and put pieces in. So
Sunday, we're going to double it up. We're going to kind of speed run through the talkie bits. That would be my guess.
Yeah.
Yeah. Old Kristen Cole swallowed that black pill.
That's all of his scenes. He's just like, I just want to die. 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 I hate being alive. I hate being alive. I hate breathing. I hate being alive. I'm in tremendous pain. I'm in tremendous pain. Help me, help me, help me. Dude, the fucking part where that guy was like, wait a minute. Aegon, you've got your crown here. Looks like you're a king, aren't you? They're just like, I'm just gonna kill you. Like, oh. I was so underwhelmed. I was like, oh, that was really stupid that they just let him grab that. That was like, oh, he's dead.
He just shanked him. And then he smiled at the end. So I guess that was, well, no, they said, I went back and watched the afterwards of every episode. And oh boy.
Oh yeah.
They think they're cooking on this one, buddy. So, yeah, it was just to show that Aegon was back. He got his talking to, he listened to it, and now he's back just like that. Now, if you look at the scene in isolation with zero context, I like the fact that he shanked that dude and he smiled at the end, but everything leading up to it made no sense.
Oh god, it's just so cringeworthy that he crawled up on them while they were just openly talking about all the most damning information ever. And then he just takes his crown from his stuff and he's like, hey dude, are you a king?
Are you like a king or something?
I think you're like a king or something.
I'm looking to see if there's I thought there would be more. I thought they would. It's really weird that they showed a Spider-Man clip. Fair. But it really feels like they stayed away from hyping it. I mean, I wasn't there, but you tell me, anybody who was there. Like, this is kind of a big movie for them. This could be their biggest movie of the year.
I would have thought they'd want to focus on Doomsday and try to, like, basically, is it worth announcing Ghost Rider? It's like, probably.
Sure, but that's an announcement. Boom, boom, you're gone.
But yeah, you got to, like, if you're trying to structure it, it's like, I guess is that like a teaser that builds it? It's almost like the opening band, maybe, that you get that done, and then it's like, all right, we're moving it. But like, what do you reveal about Doomsday to get everyone hyped? So you probably have to show a scene, right?
Yeah, I thought they would show a scene. Now, maybe they did. Did they? Well, no. Dick Sucking Film would have said so. So they didn't. So they released it. Okay, this is odd. This is a tell, Mahler. They released a trailer that was essentially the CinemaCon trailer that they added some flair to. That tells me that they don't have a movie yet, that they're still working on the movie.
Yeah, they definitely have not locked in the final version.
Yep. And then you heard earlier that the Hall H shit and all that stuff. Is that Gore? Yeah, disappointing Hall H for Marvel and for a lot of people who got wristbands who weren't allowed in. That's fucked up. But hail Chris Gore. Hey, see, it's a good thing you missed it. Instead, Chris, I know where he went too. So Chris, and that's where we hung out most of the time, by the way. We went to Con last year and we hung out at a taco bar. Well, a bar that serves tacos. Now, I don't drink. So and I saw a bunch of famous people eating tacos. And Chris was getting drunk, but it's okay. It's okay. Yeah. I thought they would announce more, and I thought they would talk about Doomsday more, and they didn't.
Hmm.
And they hyped the shit out of this, and it was like what, hour and a half.
I'm almost like I'm thinking it's like what should they have done? Because it just feels like I don't know, guys. This is the big hype moment to build up to the movie now. So probably want to do something.
Gore, correct me if I'm wrong. I'm pretty sure I heard Kevin Feige say that they will not be announcing phases anymore.
Why?
I wonder why.
I wonder why. Because nobody knows the fuck phase 4 and 5 will even. What was that?
No, this is phase 0, apparently, Mahler, according to one of the Russo brothers, and not the fake one on Twitter.
Are we on phase 6 currently? Or 5?
This is phase 5.
5 began. Was it with
Ant-Man, Quantumania?
Fucking. How are we tracking this? So it's like, okay, so Secret Wars is the end of phase 5?
Yes, that would be my guess.
Okay.
And then we start with Ghost Rider and Black Panther 3. And not the X-Men.
I don't know where to begin with how Ghost Rider, I don't believe, is a good Universe Foundation character.
No. I mean, I love it. I am a huge fan. I'm a dork fanboy
awesome
for
as
it.
Shit. But you probably want to start with someone like X-Men as a start is good, I think.
Dude, Blade. You
Blade's
start
a good
Blade
start,
and
yeah.
you do the Midnight Suns.
Yeah.
Then you gather Ghost Rider and the Man Thing, and you bring in Brother Voodoo, and you could throw in Doctor Strange, get all the supernatural villains, and do a supernatural side.
Do Moon Knight.
Do a proper Moon Knight. Oh, don't make me sad. That makes me so sad.
I know.
That would be cool as fuck. But no, let's get Sean Levy to do like the Mr. Happy director.
That's what I'm saying, man. Like Sean Levy's Ghost Rider. It's like, oh god. Yeah, let's have Jack Black's Doctor Doom.
do you know this? There was almost a Jack Black Green Lantern.
Oh my god.
This was an idea that was floated out there. That's right. Who was? Oh my God! It's one of the Wayans brothers. Who one of the Wayans brothers was going to be Robin.
Man,
for Batman and Robin, yeah. But Jack Black as Green Lantern was a thing. But hey, it's going to be so much better with this Lantern show that's coming up. You see that new trailer?
For what now? Sorry.
For Lanterns.
Oh yeah.
Oh, exquisite coverage on the Doomsday trailer, and I know you told me about it, but once I heard Platoon say that Mjolnir is a Nazi, I still laughed. It was still very funny because they think he's Hydra Cap.
We can only hope it will be more funny.
It would. It would, but yeah, I'm gonna get to the people. You are free to stay or go.
Yeah, I'm probably gonna try and head to sleep actually. But hey, it was fun,
dude. Thanks for coming on. I appreciate you, and I'll see you tomorrow. And we will discuss 2 episodes of House of the Dragon. And
hopefully, the next one's good.
I am just taking my moments at this point. I'm taking.
Do you reckon?
Moments.
And don't worry about spoilers for me or anything. I'm kind of done with House of the Dragon now, unfortunately. But do you reckon Cole's dead in this next one?
Yes,
because he's definitely not making it to the end of the season.
Well, he doesn't. It looks like it's going to be the Butcher's Ball, right? So,
I've seen people talking about how excited they are for him to get his ending, and with the line, the no songs, whatever. It's not going to work for me. I don't think. I kind of like him. Like, so when like he wants his 1v1 and he's not going to get it, I'm just going to be like, well, I mean, yeah.
Oh, you mean so his ending? So
Yeah.
he challenges the Rivermen and the North to a 1-on-1. No, it's a 3-on-1. He's all take on 3 of you, and including Roddy the Ruin. And they go, and before they even get to answer, they just they just pepper him. I mean, that's it. So it's really anticlimactic.
What I'm getting at is I'm seeing people talk about how excited they are for him to get his sort of thing, and for how he's a dishonorable, like traitor, so it's a death he deserves, sort of thing. I was just like, bro, I don't think that's his story in this show.
It's not. Okay, so I'm going to give you this. Ryan Condell said himself last night when I was listening, he's all, a lot of people have seen him as a heel, but that's not what we're trying to do in this show. Like, he is trying to be now a knight in the truest sense of the word. And he feels like he's been, and when you contextualize it, it's right. He has been used by the powerful, by the lords and ladies, Rhaenyra and Alicent, and he doesn't want to serve anybody anymore, and he just wants out, and he sees this world as a horrible place.
What annoys me, I think, as well, is that he's done a really good job with his role, despite having no fucking place with it. Like being Hand was insane and retarded, and also then commanding all the, ground forces and stuff. But he's kept him going. Like when Aegon turned up and he just tried to make the battle work, he's getting like basically turned around by all these powerful people all the time, and he's still just trying to keep everything going. It's hard for me to be like, oh yeah, I want him to suffer and die. I'm like, no, I kind of like him. It's one of the only people I like left.
Yeah, it's going to be like Otto. Like, they could have had more of him. He was supposed to be in Harrenhal with Aemon and Alice Rivers. Alice Rivers. And he was supposed to be there for a while. So they're in Harrenhal together, kind of being pissed that Rhaenyra took over King's Landing, and they have a difference of opinion how to handle it, but they part amicably because they have respect for each other. And that's when they go out to the fish feed. And they're just like disposing of them right now. And it's going to be, it feels like for me, they're going to have Ormond live a lot longer than he should. I don't know if they should have introduced him earlier, but I like that character. I mean,
yeah.
I
don't know if they want us to like him, like I said, but I like him.
Oh my God, I think he's great.
I think it was funny. It was an interview I saw where they were all saying like, say something that will mean something different after people have seen the show. Like, say something now that's non-spoilery, but also means something different. And the actor for Cole said, Tommy Flanagan is awesome and like amazing. So I'm assuming he's referencing the fact that he's going to get killed by him or something. But they're definitely going to have that
okay,
standoff, whatever. But yeah, it could very well be next episode, I guess.
Our boys, Our Hills Hurt, did a great video today on like the best fighters who aren't dragon riders in Fire and Blood, and they put Kristen Cole at S tier, which is proper because he is at this time like the Jaime Lannister with both of his hands. He cannot be beat. He is the best warrior.
Which I know it's going to be tough for him, but it would be cool to see him do a 3-on-1 against 3 actual good fighters.
It would, and they might do it in the show. It might be completely
They might maybe
different.
try and have the cake and eat it sort of thing. Like he does that and then still gets killed. I don't know. Well, yeah, we'll see. We're not long away.
I'll see you in a few hours.
A few hours?
Well, a little more than a few. Dozen.
Like
I'll see you in a dozen hours. See you in a dozen hours. And have a good night, man.
Yeah, you too.
Take
See
care,
you
brother.
later, everybody. Bye-bye.
Mahler, everybody. The great Mahler. The long man. Now we're going to get to you, wonderful people. Get back to the Marvel talk. Get back to the Marvel talk. Let's, where was I? Boy, I really should have marked these. WG has gifted 5 Nerdrotic memberships. Thank you, WG. Appreciate you, brother. What a safe panel. I guess that's the best way I could put it. Both the announcements make sense in that's the safest thing you can do. Like I said earlier, I think people are going to be really energized about Ryan Gosling playing Ghost Rider. I don't aside from my reservations and Mahler's, I think most people are going to go Sean Levy. Fuck yeah, let's go. I'm here to tell you, I don't think he's the right guy for Ghost Rider. I think we're just going to get another PG Ghost Rider. I wonder if they put him in the blue costume. God, I hope so. I hope so. If we get some good hot toys out of it, I'll be happy. We get another bike because there's only really been one. And yes, I have every Ghost Rider. I'm going to nerd out on you now. I have every Ghost Rider comic book ever printed, every variant, the original Ghost Rider, the Knight Rider, like everything. I'm a bit of a dork when it comes to Ghost Rider. Every action figure. A Marvel Animated Universe is better than the modern MCU. Well, Avengers Earth's Mightiest Heroes, if you guys have not watched it, is as good, and I'm not shitting you, is as good as Justice League Unlimited. It's arguably the best Marvel cartoon ever made. Some might say Spectacular Spider-Man. I wouldn't really argue with you on that. The story writing, the storytelling is really good in that. But Earth's Mightiest Heroes was so disappointing when they cut that loose because of the Disney sale. And God, I forgot who it was. Somebody was nice enough to show me the plot. The writer had put up what they had planned for season 3. So I got to read all that, and it would have been great. Remember Gary owned 3 high schools and was kicked out of a comic shop. He knows what he's talking about, and that's why, and that's what I always heard. You're absolutely right. I've never been kicked out of a comic shop. I've been kicked out of a lot of places, Eric. People on X telling me to take L's. You have no idea how many L's I've taken in life. I am happy to take them. I am happy to, like, if I had said the Odyssey was going to flop, the first thing I would tell you once we started seeing the box office, I would have gone, oopsie. I was fucking so wrong on that one. I was spectacularly wrong, but I didn't say it was going to flop. Quite the opposite. I put up, Jeremy was streaming. I'm glad he put up the poll. So the poll, and I told Jeremy about this when I put it up. There was a point I was trying to make with the poll, which was overwhelmingly that it was going to flop. And it didn't. But to everybody's defense who isn't a right-wing content creator, not everybody's dialed into Hollywood, nor should you be, especially as autistically as we are. And not everybody's going to see that Nolan is a different beast, right? And based on everything you've seen from Hollywood in the last 10 years, do I blame anybody? No. Yeah. We all get shit wrong. We do. I thought Supergirl was going to make $400 million at the box office. I'm a fucking retard. After the stream, everyone needs to go to see Motor City. Brilliant story, great action, near zero dialogue, Alan Ritchson awesomeness. Chris Gore loved it, Joe, and Fake Wizard did not. Remember, for the upcoming Amazon Rings of Power season, the secret meeting scene from The Martian, which expressly shows that Lord of the Rings is a male franchise. It is a male franchise. But Celeborn will be a cuck, basically. And it sucks. Jamie Campbell Bower, who actually does a really good job in Kevin Costner's Horizon Part 1. Where the fuck's Part 2? Don't know. Is a good actor. He's a good actor. He was good as Vecna. The story let him down, but I think that guy's a good actor. Saturday Storm, cool, but don't miss. Oh, Saturday stream, sorry. Cool, but don't miss House of the Dragon. I will not miss it unless, a meteor falls on me. I hope not, but no, we're not going to miss it. I was driving. I had to get back early. If Doctor Doom has a metal mask, couldn't Magneto crush it? No, because the armor from his costume is demagnetized. So no, he cannot. He cannot. I don't know if that's the right term, but Magneto does not have the ability to contort the metal that is on Doctor Doom's armor. Next month, the rounder number, but 55 times around the sun ever after hatching. That's a thing. 55. Hey, congrats. You're on the downhill slide. I'm right there with you. But one of the great things about being old is you just don't give a fuck. I was thinking about that today as I was thinking about Angry Joe concerning himself with other people's opinions so much. And I was walking, I do my 5-mile walk around my neighborhood, and I wear a weight vest, and I look like a complete idiot, and I don't care. The kind of thing like when I was 30, I wouldn't be caught dead in, but I'm like, doop, with my weight vest, and Sending this solely to defend pineapple on pizza. Thank you. Ilnez, bless you. You are in the brotherhood of pineapple pizza. We are exclusive. People will shame you. People will defame you. People will call you a homosexual just for the pizza you eat. And you might be. And it's okay to be gay, by the way. I just can't eat any right now because I'm getting ready for a meetup. Benology on FNT to piss off Beardo. I'm not against it. Tulsi, is that Tulsi? Tulsi Gabbard. She's hot. Okay. I'm just going to say it. She's hot. Is it me, or does the scene with Thor fighting Doom look like a CGI opening to Ultimate Alliance on PS2? Yeah, it looks like the bad CGI from Love and Blunder. That's what it reminded me of. Ultimate Alliance was the shit. I have that game. I played it a few months ago with Junior on my PS3. I'm pretty sure I played it on my PS3. I own a PlayStation 2, PlayStation 3, and a PlayStation 5. I don't have a 4. Do I ever play them? I play my PlayStation 3 more than anything. I will see you in Vegas. I will be the actual sized one. All right, Scott. I was about to say I look forward to your actual size, but then I realized that would sound really bad. Looking forward to seeing you. Thanks for coming out to Vegas. It'll be fun. I sent a super chat 2 FTs ago, no square. My question was, I'm not finished with it. My apologies. There's been a lot, but I'm not finished. So it will get read again Monday. Okay. Rough Rudders for $49.99. Thank you very much. My question then was, how can I shed one of my 2 meetup ticks for the fellowship waitlist? My wife is out of town, so it'll just be me attending. Sent an email via Eventbrite too, but crickets. Ryan is a Cylon. Okay, Ryan is a Cylon, but that doesn't mean we should hate Ryan. I'll bring it up to my wife. So I don't know if it's confused because it's you just trying to get one. It should account for that though, to be real. So I understand your frustration. Please send an email to Gary@nerdrotic.com. Attention, Mrs. Nerdrotic, and tell her exactly that, and we will figure it out. But I appreciate you wanting to get in touch and give somebody else a ticket. That's awfully kind of you. And apologies for the crickets. My bad. How do we feel about Feige saying he has a plan through 2040? Did he say that? 2042 for Marvel, and will be ending pre-Iron Man storylines to gain new generations. That part I did not hear or see. So he said he has a plan through 2040. That is almost 20 years. And Kevin Feige, I think I'm a year older than Kevin Feige. Tell you what, I think there's very little chance I'll be doing the Marvel Comic-Con reaction to Hall H in 2041. I think when I hit 70, it might be time to hang it up. Go enjoy life. I enjoy life now, though. So who knows? Maybe I'll be a 70-year-old geezer. Just go and spend 25 years. Marvel still fucking woke. Seen the show From on MGM, Mystery Horror Show. It's a bit too mystery box for me, but I can't say that I've given it a fair shake, Casey, so I don't want to lay down a judgment on it. Maybe I'll go back to it, but you know what I'm watching now? I'm going to watch right after the stream. Stargate, baby. I'm into it. I'm just in season 1 and I'm into it. Which is a worse adaptation, Odyssey or House of the Dragon? That is hard to say, D's Weebos. I don't think it's fair to compare House of the Dragon to the Odyssey. Or Fire and Blood to the Odyssey, because Fire and Blood is a fake history from 3 unreliable narrators with little to no dialogue. That's just an outline, a Wikipedia for Westeros. And then the Odyssey is, I won't say the first, but of the first great stories, the first blockbuster, a story that was told orally for decades before Homer, whoever Homer was, decided to write it down and interpret it. So Homer didn't come up with it. Homer took a oral tradition, ladies, and wrote it, basically. Whoever Homer was. George R. R. Martin found a way to procrastinate wins a winner by writing Fire and Blood in anticipation for a TV show, expanding on short stories that he'd already told. Rogue Prince, Dangerous Women, whatever the compilation was. So putting that aside, let's just compare them 1-to-1. A worse adaptation is The Odyssey. The Odyssey is a worse adaptation because it's a more seminal work. People are far more familiar with the work. Radical changes were made. Radical changes were made to be subversive. Radical changes were made so the story wouldn't be misogynist. And something, I pointed out in my video, Shad pointed out in his video, Disbrew pointed out in his video, Drinker pointed out in his video, Az pointed out in his video, and this is prior to what Christopher Nolan said. Now, if that quote is not attributed to him, that's being passed around all over today, then I take back what I said. But if he actually said that I changed the ending for Odysseus because it was too grim and misogynist, and that's particular with the ladies of the night who were strung up. Yeah, that's bad. I mean, hate to say it, guys. Whew. when the corporate critics and certain content creators are out there saying this is a successful woke movie, I agree. But woke in the sense of not even intersection, feminism, there's some intersectionalism there, which is a completely made up academic bullshit word. But if you go look at the definition, it just kind of fits. And more importantly, as I stated in my video, if Sinan was barely in it and you kind of kept Lupita Nyong'o there, it would have irritated the fuck out of me. But if there was a brilliant story around that, could have made up for it. Could have absolutely made up for it. Completely let down by how they treated Odysseus, this sad old man who wasn't fun, funny, clever, brave. He wasn't even brave. He was kind of a dick. And a whole fuck ton of people are watching this right now. Or watch not the stream, the movie, The Odyssey. Feige should feel like a loser, not just for making Blade, but for not making Blade, but for his failures too, like the Marvels, the Eternals, She-Hulk, and the list goes on and on and on. He turned a money machine to a money pit. Yes, and I have my speculation. Then I've heard from people who work there, multiple people who work there. Kevin Feige genuinely wants to turn things around, does know that there is a problem, does know that there has been brand damage. And it was blamed on Bob Chapek. So it's great that you acknowledge that there's a problem, but then when you push the blame on somebody who essentially just told you, put out more stuff, but you're in complete control of it. You can't blame Bob Chapek. He said, he gave you an order. The boss gave you an order. But an order that, like, holy shit, most people would love is like, I need you to do this, but you have creative freedom. You go, girl. Like, okay, you're not going to be over my shoulder every second. All right, that's cool. And completely fucked it up. Of the three good, and we can use air quotes and definitely question what I'm going to believe is good, might be different what you believe is good. Of the three good Marvel movies that we have gotten since Endgame, which are Spider-Man No Way Home, Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3, and Deadpool and Wolverine. None of those movies are great. There's some really neat stuff in them. No Way Home being my favorite, but let's be real. No Way Home doesn't get going until the second act. And what they do to Doctor Strange in that movie is unfucking believable. They just outdid it in Doctor Strange Mom. So that's all Kevin Feige. And Kevin Feige wanted to blame Ike Perlmutter for all his problems, and they got rid. Bob Iger stabbed. However you feel about Perlmutter, and listen, he made some pretty shitty decisions that I don't agree with. But whatever you think, he's the guy who owned Marvel and sold it to Disney, and was told that he'd be a board member and he'd be autonomous, and Bob Iger stabbed him in the back. For Kevin Feige, who came in and usurped his job and did the same thing to Avi Arad. So I know Kevin Feige looks like this gosh golly guy, but he's a Hollywood producer. You do not survive being a Hollywood producer unless you're a stone cold killer. What's up, Gary? Man, would have loved to see you guys counter Hall H today in San Diego with the rest of the crew slamming Hollywood and current state of films. Thanks, brother. Thank you for the $5. I would, one of these days we might do a live show. We've talked about it in the past. It's just getting everybody together. I think we'll do it once, but I need to plan it for like a year. We came close to doing it at MegaCon, and then I was like, yeah, it's just all the planning. I was one of the kids who set themselves on fire. Well, you're still here, based retard, and retard is in the name, so I get it. It's on brand. Apparently, Ghost Rider will appear at Hall H. Thoughts? I think Ryan Gosling's a great choice. Sean Levy, safe choice. Saw the trailer for the Matchbox car movie from Mattel, which is just a Fast and Furious movie starring John Cena. Can't wait for the sequel, Two Match, Two Box. And the third film, Matchbox Tokyo Drift. Hell yeah. And I was a Matchbox kid. I wasn't a Hot Wheels kid. Matchbox were cooler because they came in the little boxes and they could be little garages. That's kind of a reach for a movie. Just watched Barbed Wire. Oh my God, why? Sturber. Couldn't find anyone from the Fellowship covering it. Not even an EFAP. Please make someone do it, boss. Hasn't Mystery Theater 3000, whatever, haven't they covered Barbed Wire? Barbed Wire is a superhero co-created by Stan Lee. That's right. Co-created by Stan Lee. Pamela Anderson. I saw it in theaters. I remember going with Jay and a comic shop owner who I knew back in the day. I shopped at his comic store in San Marcos named Mike Harris, good guy. And Mike Harris thought he saw the greatest movie ever made. And we're like, Pam Anderson's hot. We get you. But that movie is something else. Can you recommend a recent DC comic or storyline that doesn't suck? Does Bad Seed look good? Is Absolute Batman worth following? The Bad Hedgehog for 20. I have the only recent DC comic I have read through all the way through was Batman Joker Deadly Duo. And I liked it. It was fun. It's okay. It's not the greatest thing ever read, but it's Mark Silvestri. And it was an old idea he had. Somebody sent me Absolute Batman. I have read the first 2 issues. It is not for me. But you might like it. Everybody seems to like it. It's a very extreme Batman. But I quit reading new Marvel and DC comics for almost 5 years ago. I was just done. And now I exclusively read Conan is good. Conan from Titan is really good. And anything from Miller World, but mostly back issues now. What a slap in the face to Chris, Allen, and others lining up for Hall H, only to be denied entry. Will Marvel spoil Sadie and Denzel's roles at Hall H? Well, somebody said Denzel was at Comic-Con, but Super Frandaman, that did not happen. And there's a couple people out there who I like, by the way, who are just like, no way. Sadie Sink is it Jean Grey. The scoopers are full of crap. I don't take that personally because I'm not a scooper, and I agree. Scoopers are full of crap, 100%. And dang, I was hoping we'd find out today, but maybe we'll find out. We'll find out on Monday when Gore goes to see Spider-Man. Oh, shit. It says, please don't read this message. And I put it up there. Sorry. I remember lawn darts were with real pointed metal tips. I do too. I played with them. Jeremy Beardo and Az in Deliverance remake. Why would you want to do that to Beardo? Reacher season 4 out in August and nearly spinoff soon after. Or the Neely spinoff. I have no interest in seeing the Neely spinoff, and I love Reacher, the show, but Alan Richson is such a fucking steroid spaz in real life. It's getting harder to separate the art from the artist. Gore was right on about Motor City, a dialogue-free graphic novel come to life with songs and sound by Jack White. Ben Foster is a big-time underrated actor. Just wish Reacher scenes would hit as hard. As a fellow boomer, I want to state that that we always respect the eldest. When an older person would ask kids to stop doing what they are doing, they would run. Nowadays, they will probably stab them. Yeah, you got to keep that in mind. When you're confronting, I learned that very early in life. Don't be so quick to get in a fight because you could die. You could die. And don't think that just because somebody looks smaller, like they can't fight. I'm sure you know that. Hell, how do you think I survived? I survived. Well, I tried to be as smart as I can, but over the course of time, particularly when I was locked up and you had no choice, right? Once I locked in, I'm like, all right, well, I'm going to have to fight. Probably going to lose, but I'm really going to give it effort and surprise myself a couple times and surprise them. So, yeah, but the thing is, like, don't ever just don't get into a fight. Don't. That poor kid got stabbed at the I can't remember, it was a swimming match, the big trial that everybody was covering and grifting off of. Yeah, two kids' lives are ruined forever. Parents of one kid are complete fucking retards. But like the moral of the story is somebody could have a fucking knife on them at any time. They could. And knuckleheads get into fights for stupid as shit. And hey, did you not see Con Air? Okay, that should teach you the lesson there. I've been in a couple scrapes that came really close to like ending badly. I'm certainly glad they didn't. What comic series that hasn't been adapted yet would you like to see as a film, TV, assuming it was well done? I'd like to see Hack Slash personally. Oh, that's a good choice. Oh, I'd have to think about that. I know I probably have 5 choices. I'm trying to think outside of DC and Marvel. I'm going to give it some thought and circle back to that. I would that's already been done. I'm trying to think of things that haven't been done. I really like, I'm going to go to DC, sorry. I really like The Question. Not the Renee Montoya one. But The Black Terror. Think that would be cool as hell. But are you talking about a mini series? Thank you. I am Mighty J for $2. It'd be a really fun. I love this graphic novel so much, and it's by Grant Morrison. It's called We Three. I would love that. It would be rough on people though, because it's pets turn into Terminators. So it's like Terminator meets Coming Home. Really good 3-issue from Vertigo from like 20 years ago. We 3. If you're looking for it, it's available on Amazon. Highly recommend it. Gets you in the feels. Jeff Darrow for Burly Man, which was the Wachowski brothers comic line at the time, did Shaolin Cowboy. That would be fun too. I don't know if anybody could film that, but that would be fun. What do you call Chewbacca when he has chocolate in his hair? Chocolate chip Wookie. You know what? I'm going to give it to you. Dad jokes are welcome here. Cajun Corey. What's up, Cajun Corey? Or should I say Yellow Flash? Love you, Cajun Corey. Hope all is well. Trash, I wanted a black female Ghost Rider. D's Weebos. Yep. Like I said, I'm not the only one who said this. Woke is not dead. There has to be a willingness not to make it. The willingness, for the most part, from general society is they are over it, except if Chris Nolan makes a movie, obviously. But yeah, it's not. But Ghost Rider being a white dude, I guess you got to take the wins where you get them, you know, and the win is, oh, you cast a character accurately, right? And you know what? T'Challa's son, whatever, bringing back, I just think he should be T'Challa, but I'll take T'Challa's son. Because despite the movie being incredibly overrated, I like the character of Black Panther. Read that character a lot. It's always in my Avengers books. I kind of liked it when he was just a dude instead of like this uber powered thing that they've turned him into, but whatever. Feige looks like a Flintstones character. He looks like Barney Rubble, like a tall Barney Rubble. Or George Jetson from the Jetsons. All this horror business has been a member for 60 months. Hail. Oh, Sinestro. Also, one thing that looked good in the Lanterns trailer, I'm forgetting the actor's name, but the one from Banshee who was playing Sinestro. It's a good actor. So Feige said he was following Hickman's Secret Wars. You hesitated when you said you don't see RDJ playing Doctor Doom for 10 years. So does this mean infamous Iron Man is in the future? Say it ain't so. That I don't know. Well, I do know, but I can't say. But based on a rumor that's out there, that is RDJ is coming back as Iron Man. Every film version of the Odyssey has excluded the R word and murder of the female slaves. Not sure why people are blowing his quote up. The reason people are blowing his quote up because he used the word misogyny. That's why. That's why. So leaving that stuff out, fine. But Christopher Nolan used the word misogyny. That is why people are, rightly so, blowing that quote up. Thank you for the $5. But if you had any question on why the quote is being blown up, it's not the act of removing the women at the end. He said why, and that why was misogyny. And hearing that coming from Christopher Nolan's pie hole is disappointing. Not surprising now, but disappointing. I have seen the Blade Runner 2099 trailer. We reacted to it on FNT. Had to clip it out, but there might be I think there might be a daily on it. But I did not like it, surprisingly. What other franchise does Disney reboot? Die Hard? I mean, I think they have control of it. They tried Buffy and failed. But yeah, see, that's another one. You can't reboot. There is no Die Hard without Bruce Willis. That's like Well, they're doing a Rambo without Sly, but it ain't gonna happen. Hey, Gary, thanks for getting me into SSOC and REH Robert E. Howard Conan. Hell yeah. Savage Sword of Conan, by the way. Do you have any Weird Tales magazines? I got a Witch Shall Be Born, December 34. Ooh, really? Yes, I have Conan's first appearance. That's the only one I have. I have some reprints, but I don't really count that. I have Conan's first appearance. But those old pulp books, I have a stack of that I found at my friend's shop for like $5 each. They're all like old Shadow stories from the 40s. And some, God, what else? Some H.P. Lovecraft. Those books are awesome. Just everything about them, the ads, the racism. It's fucking awesome, dude. Kevin Feige doesn't read comics, y'all. No, he doesn't, Logan. He doesn't. When he refers to them, it's somebody telling him. But he that whole narrative built around Kevin Feige that he was a comic book reader when he was a kid is just bullshit. And he said it himself. He's actually more of a Star Trek fan. So if you want, like, out of Marvel, Star Wars, and Star Trek, he's the biggest fan of Star Trek. Didn't networks use to have teams of writers creating TV shows and films? Yes. And they still had that for streaming, but then to be more fair than I should be to the Writers Guild of America, the streamers were taking advantage of them. They were setting up basically proxy writers' rooms without paying anybody. But the thing is, adult humans agreed to it. So you can't agree to going into a room with the possibility of getting paid, but no guarantee of getting paid, and then complain that you didn't get paid because that was an option. And a company is generally going to take that option and probably steal your work. So you need to take some responsibility as an adult. Now, if you don't care and you want to get in that writer's room just to get your name out there and your stuff out there, which I think a lot of people did, fine. But the WGA put the kibosh on that. Dude, Campy is acting so fucking gay right now. What's he doing? I mean, if they can do like a reboot the way they rebooted X-Men Future Past and accept the Hollywood backlash would be a good start. I love Days of Future Past. Love that movie. I might watch it tonight. No, I gotta watch some Doctor Who with the kid after this. And then some Stargate. I want to be excited, but they haven't made Blade yet. Yeah, I mean, excitement. I used to get excited about this stuff. I used to get really excited about it. Now I'm like petting them like a puppy who didn't take a shit on the new rug for the first time. You're like, good boy, the Ghost Rider with the Ryan Gosling. But it could be Ghost Rider and 15 women go on an adventure. So who knows? We need White Panther who sings. Yeah, we do. I know the rights are tied up by Mattel, but how about a ROM Space Knight standalone movie? I'm so down for that. I saw one at a shop, rudely stamped, a ROM Space Knight, and I just didn't want to pull the trigger. I'm like, I've got enough stuff. Ryan Kinnell is Black Panther. He's got my vote. Culture Casino. What's up, brother? Been a member for 77 months. So after near-death experience, all I can say is I miss you, Gary. What happened, dude? I love you, and I'm looking forward to Vegas, baby. Oh, and before that, I have to do D23 Expo before that. Why? Was it your near-death experience enough? You want to have another one? When is D23? Oh, maybe that's why they held back on some. So they're going to do the TV stuff at D23. Okay. When is I thought D23 was earlier in the year. D23 Expo 2026. That sounds like the ninth circle of hell to me, brother. Oh, shit. It's in August. So that's why the Marvel panel was weak. They're doing a D2, and I listen, chat. I did see that some of you were like D23. I'm sorry, I didn't acknowledge that. It didn't click. It didn't click. My apologies. You guys were looking out for me. Sip of water for the working man. Old Jared Dog saying there. Excuse me. Yeah, talk to me in Vegas. Tell me what happened. I'm glad you're okay. I'm glad you're here. I'm concerned. I hope the boss is okay. You send the boss my love. Big Bob for JC. Been a member for 4 months. Blade movie starring RuPaul, written by Leslie Headland, directed by Maggie Gyllenhaal. Love you, Gary. Thanks for being there in these dark times. They're not all dark. I think we got to. I'm going to sound really saccharine and basic bitch here, but need to take the good with the bad. Okay, we are aware of so much more than we used to be as kids or as a society 100 years ago. The world has always been this tumultuous. It has always been this chaotic. But always remember, I'm not going to say touch grass, although I could. And I have two options. I have real grass in my front yard and fake grass in my backyard. I could touch them both. I could touch them inappropriately. It's my grass. But it's what my sponsor always told me. Because I was a negative Nelly. I know this might surprise some of you, but I was a negative Nelly after I relapsed and had to go take jobs at $12 an hour at a field I was a professional in. And kind of climbed my way back up to the top through hard work and dedication. Didn't have a great attitude towards it. Had a shitty attitude. But I started internalizing gratitude. And it starts out by picking the obvious. I'm breathing. I'm not dead. I have a roof over my head tonight. And then once you start practicing that gratitude list, you write 5 things you're grateful for at the end of every day. And it sounds stupid, but it's not, because once you do it for like a month, it starts changing the mindset a little bit. So, yes, there are dark times all the time, but to refer back to a Jane's Addiction song, they say those were the days, but for us, these are the days. These are the days. Now, you could say, hey, Ryan Gosling as Ghost Rider, fucking awesome. Sean Levy directing, not as awesome. But it could have been worse. Gosling has too much soul to be white Black Panther. To do it right, you need a guy from Sweet Home Alabama, Ford versus Ford. You need a real white guy. Yeah, Gosling can sing and dance. He's a little prancy in his boots. Great actor, and he's in the best movie I've seen this year, without a doubt, is Project Hail Mary. Tom Haviland as Punisher, Scott Adkins as Blade. Yeah, Bernthal. I think Bernthal's a good Punisher. I just don't. God, outside of Daredevil season 2 on Netflix, he hasn't been given much. That special. Does anybody remember the special that came out just a couple of months ago? Hopefully, Deadpool's Peter saves the day. Peter should have stayed dead, Eric. Hey, as we get old, dyeing your hair is a thing. You would know, Gary. I don't dye my hair. I don't use dye. A little bleach, but no dye. I don't dye my beard. And by the way, you know, I'm coming up to the day where I just got to shave it. 21 Palika, thank you for the 99-cent super sticker. And then Lava Thumb, thank you for the $1. I am Mighty J for $10. Well, in Hickman's Secret Wars, he helps Doom, and then there's the Maker. I hate that Secret Wars. Doom is my favorite character. I just want accurate Doom. Reed plus Tony Strange still doesn't equal Doom. It's gimmick casting, essentially. So you're taking Marvel's best villain and made it into gimmick casting. Oh, but at least they got the costume right. Should MCU Storm have blue or yellow light? Oh, boy. I don't know. What does the chat think? I can't say that's a question I've ever thought about, Daniel Moore. Blue or yellow lightning for Storm? White eyes, yes. The best Captain America was Red Brown. Why not both? I like that. Big tits. That's the winner. Who gives a fuck about the lighting as long as she's got some big fun bags? Based. Kugler said Black Panther 3 will be shot in 70 millimeter. LOL. Hey, Nolan started a trend that I am not against. Okay. I'm not against them filming on film for one reason. That makes it, I'm not going to say easier, but your transfer to 4K will look better from film. It just will. And you need to give people in the theater a different experience than they would at home. It's an expensive one, but with a big film like Black Panther 3, but is this going to be like the 3D trend? Good evening. How you doing, fellas? I'm doing great. How are you doing? Rings of Power season 3 was announced. I'm sure you are just gearing to go. What happened to our boy Middle Earth Mixer? He's just like, I give up. I'm just going to take what I get from Rings of Power season 3. Did they wear him down? Oh, no. Black Panther 3. Yeah, but why though? They needed to recast T'Challa, and this is their way of doing it. They introduced it with the kid. They're going to age the kid up. Don't know how they're going to make that make sense, but they will. If you're going to age a kid up, why not just recast T'Challa like the real T'Challa? Hail to the fellow Friar fan. Hail. Forever hopeful, forever disappointed. You are a true Padre fan. You know. 20 Watt Studio. What's up, man? For $5, he said they couldn't talk about Doomsday at the panel because they are still trying to figure out the story. That is true. Gary Mahler and chat. What is the best Marvel film TV show in your opinion? I think Mahler, I don't want to speak out of turn on this one, but Mahler would probably say, I'm going to give you a few. Mahler would probably say Avengers, Iron Man, Civil War. For me, the best Marvel movie is Avengers. And the best TV show is Daredevil on Netflix, without question. but I love the Avengers. Gene Gay. I just said Gene Gay. I just said it. Gene Gay probably stopped Spider-Man from turning into Tarantula. Tarantula's in the movie, supposedly. Spider-Man could be both the villain and the hero. That's my best guess from the trailer. Well, it's the evolved Spider-Man from the other storyline from J. Michael Straczynski when they get all into the Ezekiel and the Spider-Man totem and all that stuff. Little spikes come out of his wrist. And I think they're going to include some of that. But remember, because I know everybody saw it, some of that's included in Madam Web. For Doomsday, where are the Guardians and Peter? Because Peter is supposed to be back on Earth now. And also, I like the idea of Ryan as Ghost Rider. I do too. Ryan Kittle. I'm still lurking. Dexy Doodle, hail for lurking. I'm doing Pathfinder character creation while watching. Oh, nice. Eric K. the mod for $5. Should I stay or should I go now? If I stay, there will be trouble. If I leave, there will be double. You got to let me know. Should I stay or should I go? You could do whatever you like, Eric. It's all right. We're almost done. Did you guys keep up with the Wile E. Coyote versus Acme movie and the history behind it? Trailers look good. The trailer does look good. And it's crazy that they wanted to cancel that movie. And it's kind of amazing that it's back. Pineapple on pizza is fine. Adding anchovies is better. No. Gary, Blade Runner 2099 and Neuromancer. Thoughts? None. I mean, Neuromancer, but no X-Men in 2028. Thoughts? Seems odd to share no news or start the next saga with, yeah, I thought they were going to start with the X-Men. It makes all the sense in the world. So no news was surprising. That's the most surprising thing out of the Hall H panel. As I am a Ghost Rider novice, what 3 stories should I start with? I would start with the I would start with. I got to get. I don't know if they collected it. Hang on. I got to get the title. Are you looking for a collected graphic novel? Because I would start with volume 2, actually, because the 70s, 80s Ghost Riders, they're episodic. I don't know if you'd get right into those. But and then there's the Daniel Way one from volume 3. It's been a while since I've been in the comic shop, so I can't remember the titles of. Okay, there you go. Right there. That's good. I would pick up Ghost Rider Volume 1, Vicious Cycle. That's by Daniel Way. That's a more modern one. And I think there's an omnibus for. Right there it is. A Spirit Reborn. God, I just can't remember these names. So I would pick up if you want to, you've never tried it before. These are 2 good stories. Vicious Cycle, which is by Daniel Way and Mark Textera. And then there is for first Danny Ketch volume, which is Howard Mackey. Mark Textera worked on that too. Those are both really good. And Road to Damnation. Garth Ennis. Vera is like a Game of Thrones and Lord of the Rings expert. Have her on to talk about them. She is very educated on the comparative literature. Yeah, we should have Vera on. Maybe we'll have her on for the finale. Did a Google search, and Dr. Doom's armor is made of non-ferrous titanium alloys, which means Magneto, in fact, can't affect it. However, there are always clogging arteries with iron in his blood. That is true. But Dr. Doom's also protected from that. Not sure if my chat made it through the other day when your stream cut out, but apologies for not being able to make it to the show in SF. Hope it was great. How long did you think Nolan's The Odyssey has put woke Hollywood on life support? Whatever the run of the movie is, it really doesn't. It's a good shot. But unless you can clone Nolan and have him make 5 movies a year, good luck. But it's not like it's the only quote unquote woke thing that has succeeded. Disroot pointed out Doctor Strange Mom. Wakanda Forever brought in a lot of money at the box office. There are multiple TV shows out there that are woke as fuck that people watch. But as far as like Drinker pointed it out today, as far as is building whatever narrative there is, and this is leaving out the large amount of people who said it was going to flop. But if you're looking at the woke is back, this is what the Access Media is saying too. Because of this movie, I'd say just talk to me in a couple months when box office is down again, because nothing's really coming out until Christmas. So they just need consistently good movies to come out. Now they've had more billion-dollar movies this year. Odyssey, I think, is going to be one. Michael is one. I don't know if Toy Story 5 is going to hit it or not. Mario movie, which I completely forgot, that hit it. So that's more than usual. In 2019, they had 11. Now they're happy if they get 4. So they're happy with their diminished returns. If you're looking at Hollywood as a whole, they still have runaway production. They're still having a lot of problems keeping theaters open. Theaters going to be eating good, thanks to Nolan and Spider-Man for the next month minimum. But after that, oof. So I don't know if it's even on life support. We'll see. And Nolan is the exception to the rule every time. X-Ray Girl is loving Stargate SG-1 too. Yes, she is. She is. She kind of inspired me. I know Matthew's going to get really mad because you've been trying to get me to watch this forever. But she inspired me. I'm like, I had a few hours to kill after FNT, and I'm like, oh shit, Melissa's down, watching her show, and yeah, I'll just fire this up. And I was working on a project, and I stopped working on it and just locked in, and it was great. Amazon is making RoboCop, Carrie, and Blade Runner with a Transformer TV series, but Stargate is too niche. I will see all their projects at my local Cinema City. Took me a minute to get that, sorry. If they're going to bring everyone back and also keep the ones we don't want, can't they at least bring Killmonger back, a character with actual charisma? Yeah, it is kind of maybe they will. It is kind of crazy that they haven't brought him back. Feige's 2042 plan article and Nooner research. Oh boy. Oh boy. Let me see. Research. Wow. You were not kidding. Not that I thought you were. We'll just take a peek at this real quick. Kevin Feige says Marvel has movies planned all the way up to 2042, including a major X-Men push and live-action Miles Morales. They said Miles Morales. Oh, that's great. Of course they're going to do Miles. Marvel has mapped out its plans up to 2042. Studio boss Kevin Feige said, hitting a streamlined, simplified universe post Avengers Secret Wars, a big push for the new X-Men, and plans to eventually unveil a live action Miles Morales. Speaking to a Chinese outlet watching Hollywood during a recent tour of Shanghai, Feige described this year's Avengers Doomsday and next year's Avengers Secret Wars as a conclusion to storylines that started before the MCU itself, such as the fate of some original X-Men. At the same time, Feige also contrasted Secret Wars with the cinematic Avengers Endgame, suggested that 2027's blockbuster would act as a new beginning for the franchise, as well as a conclusion for the multiverse saga. They're going to make a Miles Morales movie because you know what? I got some breaking news for you guys. Miles Morales is Miles Morales. One of the greatest thought experiments you could ever do on Twitter. A lot of things get tested with simply stating that. And since I've already explained the joke, it is a post that is objectively true, unquestionably true. There is nothing untrue about the statement, Miles Morales is Miles Morales. And if you look at the statement alone, it insinuates nothing. It only implies or insinuates what people project on the unquestionably true statement that Miles Morales is Miles Morales. Ryan Kinnell is Ryan Kinnell. Jeremy Griggs is Jeremy Griggs. As is Gay. These are unquestionable things. And when the fucking media reached out to me to elaborate on my Miles Morales is Miles Morales tweets, I had to pull my car because I got the message when I was driving. I had to pull my car over because I was laughing so hard. And there's a lot of people in this country with sticks just launched right up their asses, and they're just stuck there. What off the radar upcoming movies are you looking forward to? Oh, none at the moment. You can't say Godzilla -0 is not off the radar anymore. But like indie film, like Dark Horse stuff, nothing, but I'm not super aware of it. Check back with me later. I've been just dealing with all this mainstream stuff. A bottle of Jack Daniels, a night breeze, and a Nerdrotic stream. How can life get any better? Cheers, lads. Cheers. Have a drink for me because I can't have one. Do you think Cameron will ever do another Terminator movie? Thoughts? I hope he doesn't because he wrote the last one. Didn't he say he wanted to direct something aside from Avatar? But he's getting old. My bookstore swapped the comic section with DVDs. It's probably smart. I hate Kevin Feige. You should check out the Dungeon Crawler Carl Zero at SD Comic-Con. Oh, you mean the guy who had Drinker voice something in his audiobook and then once he got a TV deal, had to go out and distance himself from Drinker? Like Drinker is this, no offense to my buddy Will, who I love dearly. He's a dear, dear friend. It's not like Drinker's out there like being controversial. It's not like he's Nick Fuentes. Pretty reasonable guy. He's funny. He's not afraid to make some jokes. But if you look at the big picture, I don't even think Drinker would consider himself that controversial. Nobody has any idea. I don't have any idea, and I haven't asked, and I wouldn't, because it's not important what Drinker's politics are. I have no clue. Motor City looked like a Frank Miller comic, needed more dialogue, support characters needed more time, very dark lit, needed more Detroit. Okay. Who's the most underrated comic book artist? Ooh, underrated. I don't know if people would consider him underrated. He worked on, I have a bunch of his original art. I met him at Comic-Con. I think he's passed on now. I met him at Comic-Con 20 years ago, Paul Smith. And I think underrated because just like nobody knows who he is, right? But you could say, I don't know who's like somebody I really like, but I mean, if you go to, it depends because certain comic fans will say shit, and then certain comic fans, I would say Mark Bagley is a master because he makes comic book art. You know, and in the era of hyper realism and uber detail that kind of spurred out from the 90s, which made everybody late with their fucking comic books. I miss the John Byrne, esque, and Jim Mooney or anybody you could name who were just comic book artists. I miss that. But you can't say something like John Byrne is underrated. Everybody respects him, or George Perez. Everybody respects him, John Byrne just released, or Marvel did. So that is the latest Marvel book I've gotten is X-Men Elsewhere. It's fucking great. Gene Colan is not underrated. That is a master. Yeah, Elsewhere. Pick it up. All right, we got to get done with this. The Code Father for $9.99. Thank you. Hey, Gary, longtime lurker. I don't mean to derail the show, but I have serious questions. I've been a San Diego Charger fan since the LT days, and do you think online bullying would make them move? I think they will eventually move because they want their own stadium. And right now they're renting, and I think it's like for $1 or something like that. They're renting from the Rams. They're the Rams bitch. I think they believe that moving to LA would make them more valuable, and it has a little bit, but they still have trouble drawing people. They always have the opposing team coming in large numbers to SoFi or whatever the hell it's called. So I think the most likely team in the NFL right now, based on I dipped out of the NFL, but based on what I've seen, it looks like the Chargers are probably the most likely to move to San Diego. I don't know. I don't think San Diego gets an NFL team again, and it sucks. But San Diego's not going to build a stadium. for a football team. They're just not. It's going to have to be privately funded. And I don't think anybody should. I don't think any taxpayer, any of you should be paying for a billionaire's football team in the most successful sports league in America. There's no they can build their own fucking stadiums. They've got the money. Fuck them. It sucks that Chicago is going to be the Indiana Bears or whatever. Are they still going to call them the Chicago Bears? That sucks for Chicago fans, but you know. Do people get turned off by the first bad movie of Christopher Nolan, or could the drop-off happen on Christopher Nolan's next film? I don't think there'll be a drop-off for any Christopher Nolan film. It was written up in an article. Disparu covered it. Christopher Nolan has for lack of a better word, a cult. He has a cult of personality. And he has the most ardent fans I've ever seen for a director. And it's because he's made some cool movies, but he's got an aura, and a lot of people root for him because he's successful. So there's a front runner aspect. He does make some good movies. He makes some damn good movies. But I mean, I've never felt like I will go see his movies, but I've never been like the biggest fan. Loved his Batman stuff, loved his early stuff. I think he's kind of fallen off. But a lot of people don't. But I don't think there's going to be a drop off. I do not think there will be I think his next film will be whatever the fuck it is, will be a hit. And it will be discussed like, for example, Interstellar gets re-released now regularly and sells out the theater. Just does. But there's still a large amount of people who don't like the film. But he's got a passionate, ardent fan base. Normies love him. Absolutely love him. So I don't think there'll be a drop-off, like, at all. It was cool to see you on Piers with VDH and Drinker. Hey, that was a fun show. That was a fun show. The thing is, with I made a joke on X, but to go against Nolan is to go against like cinema god. It really makes people like crazy. It does. And I mentioned it in my video. I absolutely know I'm in the minority on this one. I'm comfortable there. Does Ryan Gosling, the guy who plays the upbeat character, seem like the right guy to play the spirit of vengeance? I think he can. I think it's possible. I think it's fine to question it. And I think it would be fair to point out that, oh, you're just happy it's not a black lesbian. I think that's a fair assessment. Gary, I'm off topic. I read something about Glenn Powell playing Lou Gehrig in a remake of Gary Cooper's Pride of the Yankees. Any thoughts? I'd watch it. I don't know if that's a movie that needs to be remade, though. That is a fucking amazing all-time great movie. That actually works better as something that was made closer to its time. My wife. How will MCU explain America Chavez's disappearance? Oh, I think that she comes back in Secret Wars. That's my guess. If the rumors are true and the Avengers lose their memory somehow, how would they know they are Avengers? Are we getting a new team? Yeah, it's the how are they forgetting things? That's going to be weird. So we now have 3 male Blade Runners. Where's the representation in Hollywood, you misogynist goobers? Also, pineapple on pizza is amazing. Great point. Eternals forever. They will forever not learn. Yeah, we're never seeing the Eternals again. I just want to be excited for films again. So do I. Is that so much to ask? Love your videos, Gary. Thank you. MJ Tastic. Thank you very much. I appreciate that. There'll be more on the way. I really like Ryan. I hope Ghost Rider movie is good. I do too, Edwin. I'm grateful that Rings of Power doesn't exist. If you don't watch it, does it exist? My guess is Denzel role is Akebi, maybe Azuri, the wife. If he isn't a villain, well, they didn't announce anything. I don't even know if he was really at Comic-Con. I'm just going off of what Dick Sucking Film said. Or I don't know if it was Dick Sucking Film or not. Ryan Gosling as Ghost Rider makes as much sense as Jim J. Bullock playing Punisher. Ironically, Gosling beard Ava Mendes was in the Nick Cage version. You are not down with Ryan Gosling. Okay, that's fine. Should I stay or should I go? Song by the Clash. I know. Looking forward to seeing you in Vegas. I am too. Looking forward to seeing you, not me. I think they should have kept it a secret that Robert Downey Jr. was playing Dr. Doom until the first opening weekend. I thought they were going to keep it a secret longer than they did, but I was wrong. Do you think Paramount WB will exit California after the merger happens? I would, just out of spite. Sean, former artist John Cucksack. I said Cucksack, sorry. I doubt Hollywood execs believe woke is back. This is just the access media perverting their own jobs for a bit longer. I think that's a bit of a yes and no. I think there's part of Hollywood that really wants the DEI stuff to still happen, a large part. And then I think there are people it's like, oh, we got to fucking make money. Jason and the Argonauts is better than the Odyssey. A fucking not even a question about that. Harryhausen is the man. Watched Her Private Hell, Nicholas Winding, reference director of Drive. Watched Her Private Hell, Nichols Winding sorry, Elliot. I fucked that one up. Should Jay sell his Punisher #1 appearance? Jose Taco? No, we should sit on it for a while. Christian Bale would have been a great Dr. Doom. Instead, he was wasted on Thor: Love and Thunder. I wouldn't be against it. Looking forward to the meetup. Got to drive 20 hours because fuck airplanes. I don't blame you. I'm still undecided on whether I'm driving or flying. Game of Thrones season 7 and 8, and Lord of the Rings RLP seasons 1 and 2 both suck. And by the way, there is a Sauron has a throne of melted elven helmets, so it's aping fucking Game of Thrones. That is so pathetic. I want to remind people about Coyote versus Acme in theaters August 28th. I believe people should get behind this movie. There you go. People really don't realize how good Mark Bagley is. That guy is practically the reincarnation of Jack Kirby. He can draw anything, any way you need it. Yes, he's brilliant. Check out DK Landrup's books. They're better than Dungeon Crawler Carl and not woke. There you go. I'm looking forward to Batman Cape Crusader season 2. I am not. Isn't it out? Yeah, I am not. That is woke Batman. Odyssey book with summary of Odyssey and takedown of Nolan's film incoming Godless Odyssey. What I am looking forward to is Nightfall. Nightfall looks awesome. Should Nick Cage play Carter Slade in the next Ghost Rider? Yes, that would be great. Rough Rudders is gifted 5 Nerdrotic memberships. Thank you very much. I appreciate it. John Cucksack is my new handle. Stargate is positive show that is fun. Yes, absolutely. Okay, I'm going to wrap it up there. And replay will be on Nerdrotic Live. This will be unlisted, but if you want to just hang on to the link and keep watching, that's fine. But I appreciate all of you guys. If we missed any, we'll get on a square up, but I got to take off, go hang out with the kid a little bit. Got late. All right. Thanks, everybody. Appreciate you. Thanks to the Nerdrotics. Thanks to everyone who left super chat and donation. You help keep the lights on. I will see you next time. Bye-bye.